Welcome back, one and all, to the Wargaming table here on the Sitrep podcast. I'm your host, Risky Jim, and today I am joined by my friend Bernhard. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too shabby. Okay, so today we are continuing our explorations of theoretical near-future warfare. Knock on wood, let's hope it stays that way, i.e. theoretical. I'm pretty sure it would, but you never know. Weird things do happen in history. Hopefully they won't happen like this in the future. But we're imagining, because we're demented like that, what might happen if, God forbid, China decides, you know what, we're tired of all this building islands in the South China Sea, we're tired of these trade wars, we're tired of, this, that, and the other thing. We're just going to go ahead and invade Taiwan. Maybe a missile test goes wrong, and somehow a Taiwanese cruise missile winds up in the side of a Chinese destroyer. Who knows what might happen? One reason or another, one way for another, we're kind of imagining a nightmare scenario here where People's Republic of China formally and fully launches a conventional forces invasion into Taiwan. They've been meaning to do this. This has been on their bucket list since 1949. They keep saying one of these days they're going to do it. They absolutely do not consider Taiwan to be an independent country. In fact, they react rather harshly in the media, in government, in politics, in diplomatic channels if anyone dares recognize or sell arms or even mentions that Taiwan is an actual country. It's a rebel province in their eyes, and they keep saying one of these days they're going to sort it out, and who knows? We're going to imagine that in August of 2028 they actually take that fateful step. So we went over this last week briefly in the game I had with Damon, where he did some of the ground combat in a prospective 2028 war in Taiwan. So I won't belabor the point here. This is the general area of the West Pacific, obviously. We see where Taiwan is compared to China. And again, we went over the detailed scenario last week, so I won't go over it 100% here again. But the Chinese invasion, the imagined Chinese invasion, starting on August 8th, 2028, went into Taiwan in two basic waves. The airborne wave was meant to sort of trigger response protocols out of the Taiwanese military and U.S. Navy 7th Fleet. U.S. Marine Corps base out of Taiwan, in Okinawa, U.S. Army in South Korea, U.S. Army in Japan, was meant to trigger a response from the Western Allies. Once that response was triggered somewhat prematurely, spoiler alert, those airborne troops were pretty much sacrificed. The main Chinese invasion went in as a seaborne invasion, spearheaded by heavy hoverlift transports that just jetted straight across that strait as fast as they could and tried to get certain lodgements. Most of them failed because of bombing from USS Ronald Reagan, some of her other sister ships, maybe one of the new Gerald Ford class carriers is out there by 2028. And now what we've got is two surviving lodgements. Again, that's out of the 6 initial landings, 3 airborne, 3 amphibious. We've got 2 survivors. That's bad news for the Allies. The one piece of good news for the Allies is that they are widely separated and therefore isolated and vulnerable to immediate counterattack if they can get forces here in sufficient strength fast enough. There's the rub. There's the onion. And that's going to feed into today's game. Up here we see the ongoing battle that I actually have in progress with Damon. This is Damon's counterattack in Modern Panzerleader. What we're going to look at today is a little bit more southerly. And what we're going to be fighting over is the control of the airspace. Because right now, like I said, these two beachheads are in place, but they're widely separated and not exactly stable. They are vulnerable to immediate counterattack if the Americans especially, but also the Japanese, who knows, maybe the Australians will put troops in here, you never know. All of our Western Pacific allies can actually get some meaningful combat power here into Taiwan to launch, meaningful, substantial ground attacks on the ground. In order to do that, you need heavy airlift. You need C-5 Galaxies, you need C-17s, you need C-141s, you need a lot of transport planes flying in a lot of tanks, a lot of troops, a lot of supplies, and you need it now. And in order to do that, you need control of the airspace. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're going to have an air battle in Wessex Games AirWar C21 to sort of help determine control of the airspace over Taiwan, and especially the Straits of Taiwan. This is the water, of course, around Taiwan, where we're really going to have that airlift and sea lift capability for the Western Allies. Also, the Chinese are trying to reinforce these two lodgements. They have to get more and more and more troops, tanks, vehicles, equipment, supplies, artillery, infrastructure. They have to shove this stuff across the water as fast as possible. It's basically a race. Who can reinforce what they have in Taiwan faster and in more weight, and that's going to depend on control of the air. So we have Chinese aircraft on the left-hand side and American aircraft on the right-hand side. These are the 4 participants in today's game, or at least the 4 aircraft types. Down here we have the belle of the ball, at least for the Chinese. We have the Chengdu J-20, the Mighty Dragon, as they call it. 5th generation, although that's up for debate. 5th generation semi-stealth capable air superiority fighter, long-range interceptor, very, very fast, Mach 2.5. Some nice medium-range and short-range missiles in that internal launch bay that you can't quite see, although you do see the door open down here. But surprisingly, at least to me, and I had to check 6 sources before I believed my friggin' eyes, because I can't believe anyone would be this dumb. No gun in the J-20. It's a strictly missile interceptor. This goes back to like the 1960s. The F-4 Phantom, the F-25 Foxbat, and even they put guns in those planes later on. Yeah, I don't get it either, but I did check my sources, quite a few sources. No gun in the J-20. There is a gun in the J-11 that is the Chinese built under license, i.e. knockoff version of a late Cold War Su-27 flanker. The Flanker L is the NATO designation name, at least of the Soviet version, or the former Soviet version. For the United States Navy, we have the F-35C. Again, C is the Navy version of the Lightning II. This is the single engine, semi-stealth capable, either VTOL, STOL, or CTOL carrier takeoff and landing. I should say, catapult takeoff and landing. The new hotness, so to speak, for the U.S. Navy. Because the Air Force will get mad if we don't include them at least once in a while, we're also throwing in some F-22A Raptors. So we're going to have 2 Raptors on the table. This was an aircraft, I think, correctly canceled during the Obama administration. Unfortunately resurrected during the Trump administration, although those are just my opinions. Honestly, plane to plane, I do agree the F-22 is probably a better dogfighter than the F-35, but I don't know if that makes it a better plane or not. Because planes have to do a lot more, especially nowadays, than just dogfight enemy aircraft. Unfortunately, that's what we're going to be doing today, so the F-22 is totally going to have its work cut out for them today. And then we have gone ahead and started the game, Bernhard and I. So first turn is like halfway complete. The J-20s were allowed to come in from this bottom section here along this red band. This was their entry zone. The J-11s, those are basically flankers, were able to come in from this zone here to the west. The F-35Cs are off of USS Ronald Reagan. They flew in here from the north, further up in the Taiwan Strait. And then over here, over a land base on Taiwan, is the U.S. Air Force and 2 F-22 Raptors. All right, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see the aircraft, because it's a little tough to see them at the moment. And where we are on the map, again, we do see Kaohsiung down here, way down here in the south. We are, we're pretty much right about here. Again, we're going to have an air battle over the southern part of this battle, over this general, battle area here on the western coast of Taiwan. All right, so I'm playing the Chinese. We all rolled initiative for all, I should say, Bernhard and I both rolled initiative for all our aircraft. We entered along our respective entry zones in reverse order of initiative, so the worst initiative had to go first. And now we are left with our ending positions at the end of turn 1. We are already going to see quite a bit of action. We're going to get right into the thick of it today, folks. So, any questions or comments so far, Mr. Bernhard, now that I'm done talking myself hoarse?
No, just taking stock of the situation is a good intro. I missed the last week, so we did have a chat before, so it was interesting to just exchange ideas and excuse me, thoughts on what's going on. Excuse me. But no, it's interesting. Eager to play. Eager to see what the Americans and the Chinese stuff. I mean, it's always interesting when we're talking like hypothetical, a couple of years in the future, and who knows what can potentially happen. I mean, it's always, history never turns out as you plan. So, let's see if my plans turn out as I think they may or may not be.
Yeah, overall, this is definitely a scenario we hope never does happen. But if it does, these are the kind of things we might see. We try to take a realistic look within the limits of wargaming. At the end of the day, it's just a game, as far as how these aircraft are going to behave. So here in the chat, we have Ben Johnson. He says, "Oh wow, I've never seen such modern planes in this system." Yeah, this is the furthest forward I've ever pushed this system. I'm literally in the future now. We've done Falklands a bunch of times. We've done Vietnam at least twice. Gulf War 3 or 4 times. We tried Team Yankee. We called it Yankee Squadron. We basically took F-15s, F-16s versus MiG-29s and so on over Germany in a theoretical, basically the air version of Team Yankee. And I think I already mentioned Gulf War, and we've done that a few times for both Americans and British. But this is the first time we're doing anything literally in the future, so we'll see how it turns out. 4ProByte says, "Hello crew and God bless. Welcome to the stream, 4ProByte. At what ranges do planes like that engage?" Excellent question. It depends on what they're carrying. Everyone says, "Oh, is this plane better than that plane? Is this plane not as good as this other plane?" It's never a simple question because it depends on what ordnance they're carrying and whether or not the avionics and electronics and target acquisition equipment in the plane will support that strike package. I've kept the strike packages today rather modest because these are mostly stealth capable aircraft. I don't say stealth aircraft, I say stealth capable, which means all the weapons have to be carried in internal bays. Once you bolt the first piece of ordnance, either a missile or a bomb or an external fuel tank, outside the aircraft, kiss your stealth goodbye. It's gone. The enemy sees you clear as day because your radar bounces off that nice and clean. So at least 3 out of the 4 fighter types today have all internal bays. Now that does limit the weapons they can carry, but we're mostly looking at short range and medium range air-to-air missiles. The ranges on these missiles are between 5 inches and 36 inches, 42 inches. The long range ones go out to 60 inches because they've really increased the range on the AMRAAM with the D variant. And very, very roughly, AirWar C21 has kind of a logarithmic scale, but you can kind of average it out as an inch equals about a nautical mile. Again, you're going to look at this and say immediately, whoa, that's not actually accurate, based on some of the stuff. Anywhere between half a mile and a mile. So right now we're looking at 96-inch table by a 5-foot table. This is 96 inches by 60 inches. And each one is anywhere between half a mile and a mile. So gun range is pretty short. Short-range air-to-air missiles is anywhere between 9 and 15 miles, depending on what type of aircraft you're using, what kind of missile you're firing. Medium-range missiles go out between 30 and 60 miles, depending. And then you have long-range air-to-air missiles, like the Phoenix, long nose wind. There's a couple Chinese versions of that out there as well. That goes out to 100 miles, 120 miles. So as the aircraft close, they go through these bands where they engage with different weapons. I hope that answers your question. 100 miles is a good guess, not with the missiles I have in this game, because the whole table is only 96 miles wide. So everyone here is carrying medium-range and short-range missiles. But 100 miles is, in a more general setting, not a bad guess for ProByte. So Springtime says, U.S. Air Force only got 120 F-22As, and they aren't getting any more. In fact, it's going to get replaced. Next generation air dominance. Yeah, I've read about that. And secret testing in Nevada. We have heard about that. Yeah, the F-22, you know what, I hesitate to get into, like, which plane do we need, which plane do we not need, whether or not we can rely entirely on the F-35 versus the F-22 for two basic reasons. Number one, none of us have all the information because both of these aircraft are still pretty heavily classified. And number two, it does blunder into politics. Personally, I'll just say this: the F-22 is a better dogfighter than the JF-35, the JSF-35, and this game will bear it out. So that's the only reason I'm saying that. Although it's a marginal amount, but it is actually better. There's not a doubt about that. The JSF-35 might be the better aircraft for the U.S. military because it can do all the missions that are required by all the branches that are going to use this aircraft. That's Marine Corps, Marine Corps, Navy, and Air Force. Also the Royal Air Force, also the Royal Navy. Also, the Royal Navy actually gets to launch something off those two new pretty aircraft carriers that they have. So that's two less aircraft carriers we have to deploy to the North Sea. We can send them to the Arabian Gulf. We can send them to the Pacific. We can send them elsewhere because we now have two more carriers that the Royal Navy can put out there in the blue that they wouldn't be able to without the Lightning, because there's no other aircraft in the world that can operate off of those carriers. Now, especially if the Harrier has been retired, and the Harrier is not a fighter. I've been over that a million times. So, personally, it's only a personal opinion. Personally, if you have to pick one, definitely go with the JSF-35 or the F-35 Lightning II. That said, when it comes to a straight-out fighter-on-fighter dogfight, the F-22 is better a little. At least that's my thing. U.S. Air Force Springtime Continues is planning on getting rid of the F-22A in the 2030s. Yeah, I think it's kind of unfortunate that it was brought back at all. It was canceled during the Obama administration. It was brought up during the next administration. Not entirely sure why, but again, this is where I kind of get off the highway as far as that topic goes, because again, now it starts to get into politics. By 2028, U.S. Armed Forces will certainly have won the stealth combat aircraft. China, not counting Japan or the Republic of Korea, Australia and Singapore, so the pressure will be on for the J-20. Yeah, last I read, I did a lot of reading on this stuff yesterday. Australia is thinking about buying some Raptors themselves, so they may be, Australia may be getting into the stealth race as well. Also, there's a lot of debate about how stealthy these aircraft really are. We are flying them in today's game in a stealth configuration, i.e. all internal weapons base, except for those flankers, those J-11s, which are obviously not stealth aircraft. Also, even in their full stealth, people keep calling them stealth aircraft. I don't think they really are. They're stealthy, they have stealth characteristics, they're stealth capable, but they're not B-2s. They're not F-117As. They're difficult to hit, and they're more difficult to detect, but I don't know if I'd call them full invisible stealth. But as far as 2028 and the armed forces, the U.S. getting rid of the F-22 by the 2030s, 2035 is the next scheduled revamp service life extension program kind of thing for the F-35. So the F-35's future is pretty much locked in long-term in the American defense industrial complex. About the F-22, that's a lot less certain. The U.S. Air Force and Navy can actually take losses the Chinese can't take. That would be different for them. Yeah, we often hear the phrase, the Chinese have the largest air force in the world. I don't know where that came from, because I'm actually looking up numbers last night. They're nowhere close. The only way you can call the Chinese the largest air force in the world is by considering their personnel. Personnel-wise, the Chinese Air Force is the largest in the world. It's not in terms of aircraft, not even close. The Russians are bigger than they are. The Americans are definitely bigger than they are. And that's not including the Navy, that's not including just the United States Air Force. It's almost double the size of the Chinese Air Force in terms of aircraft. At least according to the numbers I saw last night. Personnel-wise, Chinese Air Force is bigger because I think there are 5 branches to the Chinese Air Force. One of them is their entire air mobile force. So all paratroopers, all airborne troops, all that is considered part of the Air Force. So that might bump up those personnel numbers. Okay, I think we're pretty much caught up with chat. Walkabout Games has joined us over there on YouTube. Hello, Walkabout Games. Thanks very much. By the way, because Science Teacher has renewed a subscription, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate all the support and the subscriptions. Royal Australian Air Force, for example, has 20 F-35s. Oh, they do have the Royal RAAF is F-35s. I thought maybe the article I was reading was out of date because I thought that they were thinking about buying F-22s. I doubt they're buying both. Once you buy F-35As, that's the Air Force version, you don't really need F-22s. So, cool. That's actually good news for me, although again, personally, I am biased toward the F-35, but that's only an opinion. Okay, so we've caught up on chat, and we've done our first movement phase. So, how about you talk about your plans so far, Mr. Bernhard, because people don't want to hear me talk all day, about like your first actions and what you did with your Raptors down here from the Air Force, and your F-35s from the Navy up here in the north.
Oh, I'll say my initial, you could say it started, we detected a couple of bogeys, we scrambled our planes, we're coming in, and for the F-22s, a couple of J-20s appeared off the far left wing, left quarter in the front. Looks like we're going to get into a bit of a dogfight there. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm just zooming in so people can see the
So
little virtual miniatures I made last night.
Yeah. So there's, initially we detected, you could say we initially detected the flankers that were out in the middle. We came and then we were, not surprised, but these quickly came up from the southeast or southwest from us. So basically, going to probably, as I said, engage them. And the Navy had replied with their F-35s up north. We also detected those two flankers coming in. They were going to go around, and then another group of flankers just popped up and are basically within, hand gesture range.
Yeah.
Hand gesture range, and basically instead of hand gestures, I think we're going to get into fists of lead, fists of steel.
We're going to get some. We're going to get some 35. No, wait. Sorry, 27 millimeter, I think, and I think the Lightnings have 25s.
Yeah, it's going to be like fists of lead and fists of steel. Going to, tangle it up there. So, this is how I sort of like games. You can either do a lot of posturing and then sort of get in the combat near the end, or you basically turn one, you're in the middle of a crazed up dogfight, and hope you survive. And if you can, it's over quickly. You go home, enjoy your cup of tea or your coffee, and say, okay, let's go again.
All right, so the way it works, guys, again, for people who may not have seen an AirWar C21 game before, each aircraft rolls a D10 for initiative, and then you move on in reverse order. So the loser today was one of my flankers. So he pretty much just blunders it over the ocean going, oh, Taiwan, I think I see it. Hooray, I made it. I'm flying the right direction. And then these two Raptors came in. Notice he flew in south out of his entry zone. Then he turned back here to starboard, and he's got them locked on a dead bang kind of a missile arc. We kind of both do, but obviously the American missiles are going to be a lot better. There will be some penalties for head-on missile shots, but I think that's going to hurt the Chinese a lot more than the Americans. The good news for the Chinese down here is that once the Raptors sort of pivoted to engage these flankers, my greater dragons, or my mighty dragons, my J-20s, rolled up here from out of their entry zone here at the bottom, the southerly red band here, and I'm going for short-range missile shots. I'm not going for gunshots, I can promise you that, because my planes don't friggin' have guns. Meanwhile, these two Navy Lightnings, which apparently the Navy pilots are starting to call Panthers, which I do actually understand a little bit, but I'll get into that in a little bit. He kind of came in here. I actually still have the ruler sitting there, so you can see where they kind of swept around here and then turned back down here to port to try and get on the 6 of these flankers. Problem is, immediately after that, these flankers came in, and I'm going for a head-on gunshot. So we'll see what happens. Springtime says the U.S. Marine Corps, as of 2021, has 81 F-35Bs. Yep. The B, okay, so the A is the Air Force version, B is Marine Corps version, C is the Navy version. And I know that the Royal Air Force, the Royal Navy, and several other countries are totally buying into the F-35. I'm not sure what the different versions are there, but we're going to go ahead and kick off today's game. So, yeah, pretty much all fire is simultaneous, and there's going to be a fair amount of fire. So going down here to our turn sequence. Yeah, we're definitely in the fire segment. Let's go ahead and put it that way. We resolved missiles fired last phase. We fired no missiles last turn. We're going to launch new missiles. So this all pretty much happens at the same time. My flankers here, okay, are going to go ahead and fire if I'm in range. Here's the problem. I don't think I am in range. I'm definitely not in range for my good stuff. Those flankers carry infrared R-73s. Those are old Russian missiles. We are at least 48 miles apart, or in game terms 60 inches apart. I may not be in range for anything. Let me check my stuff. I do carry P-12s. My P-12s are out of range. However, there is a rule, and this applies to both of us, because we're both going to be out of range. Long-range missiles, semi-active radar homing or active radar homing missiles with a launch arc of all, which is for everybody, may be launched at ranges from 0 to 24 beyond their listed maximum range if you're within my front 60-degree arc, which we both are. Your Raptors and my flankers. When firing at targets beyond normal range in this manner, there is a negative modifier to hit. So I can take two crappy shots if I want. I doubt I'm going to lock on anyway, so I'm going to try. So the flanker is going to try to lock on, both my flankers are going to try and lock on with the P-12 medium-range air-to-air missile. That's a Chinese-ish knockoff of an AMRAAM. I will be beyond my minimum range. I am within 24 beyond my maximum range, I should say. So I do get to use this rule if I want. However, there will be a negative modifier to hit, on top of all the other negative modifiers to hit. That's if I lock on. In order to lock on any radar-guided missile, notice it does not have its own lock-on number. It uses radar, which is the plane's radar. The plane has to lock on. Okay, so I look up the plane's radar, the Shenyang J-11, a 5-up, long-range. Yeah, everything's long-ranged. Everything has that L after its radar. So, everything is, I have to roll a 5-up. Here's the problem. Oh, Raptor has a -6 ECM. I have to subtract 6 off my roll, and I have to get a 5-up. Basically, I have to roll a -1. Or I should say, let me reverse that. I have to roll a 10. Technically, I have to roll an 11. A 10 always succeeds, per this little rule here. Yeah. Oh, I didn't. What the deuce? I didn't paste that rule in here. Missiles have a hit number. Hit number is required a D10 to hit the target. A 10 is always a success. A 1 is always a miss. So basically, both these fulcrums are going to try. I need a 10 is the short version. I have red dice for my Chinese. Give me 2 10s. I get no 10s. So neither one of my aircraft managed to lock on. Okay, that's it for them. How about your Raptors? What are your Raptors going to do? For locking on with missiles.
So, I mean, the quick question is, can I lock onto the J-20s?
I'm actually about to measure that. I think you're out of arc. I'm going to take a very careful measurement here. So I'm lining up the bottom of the ruler with the edge of the missile arc. So this wheel here is for maneuver and for firing arcs. Notice the root of the wheel is right on the blue dot. That's the actual location of the aircraft. Clearly, the aircraft are not Star Destroyer size. They're not actually, 2 miles long. So I'm going to use the blue dot and the bottom of the missile thing there.
Oh, I'm out.
It does look like you're just out.
Okay.
However, those two fulcrums are totally in your frontal arc.
Well, then we'll go for them. Because,
technically, so are these two fulcrums, if you really want to get crazy.
Yeah, I think they're just a tad far, and they're going to be going. Somebody else is going to be dealing with them. So I'll take those 2. I'll roll.
Okay, which are you locking on with? You have, well, sidewinders are definitely out of range. Long range, you have medium range, advanced medium range air-to-air missiles, the AIM-120Ds. They have a, ooh, you may not have to use that rule. The D, the main thing that they changed with the D in 2006 was they really kicked up the range. And that may actually really help you right here. So there's 48 inches. Here is another 12. Shit, I think you make it. Let me see. Yeah, one does, one doesn't. Because they're like one slightly behind.
Yeah, well, the closest, like the further guy is not going to be able to. So the one guy will have to do the long shot. The other guy will do the short shot.
Yes, absolutely. So Raptor number 1 is going to go ahead and try to lock on. So AMRAAM, of course, uses the plane's radar. What's the plane's radar on a Raptor? Oh my god, it's a 2+. The best in the game, because Raptor. Basically, you have to roll a 2 or higher on a D10, minus my ECM rating, which is 0, because I'm a 4th generation fighter. I'm not stealthy. So basically, try not to roll a 1 on a D10.
9.
Alright, bing, you have tone. That's for the short range, or I should say within range shot. Does the guy behind him, who will have an additional -1 to hit when the missile goes to hit, not to lock on, does he also want to try to lock on?
Is it to the same guy or to a different guy?
It's up to you.
You're going to take the different guy,
Okay.
The second one, because he's further away anyway, so see if we can...
He has the same lock-on roll, because the radar is infinite ranged. The missile is going to have a -1.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
that's what I'll do, so... And I rolled a 3.
Cool, they both locked on. You've got tone. Do you want to fire one or both of your AMRAAMs? You can use what's called the ripple fire rule, but again, that would be both of your AMRAAMs from both of your Raptors. So it's up to you. Obviously, 2 missiles have a better chance to hit than 1, but again, you burn through your missiles that much faster.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Do 2,
Okay.
2 each.
They each fire 2 medium-range air-to-air missiles. We are now bingo on AMRAAMs that fast, at least on the Raptors. No worries. Oh, don't move the world. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 medium-range air-to-air missiles, and they don't track like the movement of the missile in this game. They don't get that complicated with it. They just put the missiles, the missile counters, on the planes that they're aiming at, so you know what planes were shooting at what missiles. Sorry, what missiles were shooting at which planes, and the target aspect ratio. You're certainly allowed to engage from the front. Most missiles you can't, but the Americans in 2028, yeah, you can engage from the front. There will be some negative modifiers, though, when it comes to hit. But, because, you know, it's hard to hit a plane, you know, at maximum deflection. It's always better to be on the enemy 6, but I don't think you're going to have too much trouble, especially with both, especially with 2 missiles per plane. Okay, so Mr. J-20 here is going to do the same thing if I can lock on. My radar is much better, 3+. However, I still have to subtract 6. So basically I need a 9 or a 10 to lock on, because Chinese technology. Alright, I'm going to try. Come on, give me a 9 or a 10, please. And again, that's 3 for my radar, -6 for the semi-stealth capabilities of these F-22s. Go Air Force. I did get 1 lock on. So this guy fails to lock on. Obviously, this guy, he's got tone. He is slinging out 2 PL-ASRs. Because the Chinese are definitely going to be using the ripple fire rule. That's the only way we're ever going to hit anything. Holy crap, this game's not wasting any time, man. We're getting right into the thick of it. They're going after Raptor number 1. Alright, so let me start before I lose track. Nope, wrong cell, dummy. That's the wrong one, damn it. Here Every time I try to save time by not zooming in, I wind up wasting time and then zooming in anyway. Alright, so that was number... He's now down 2 missiles. He's got 2 left. The other guy has all 4 of his missiles left because he didn't see shit. Okay, that's it for these guys' missile launches. These 2 couldn't lock on to anything. That's it for these 6 aircraft. Up here we have these 4 aircraft. No one's launching missiles up here, folks. I got spoilers. Like they say in Top Gun, I'm too close for missiles, I'm switching to guns. So we can go straight to the gunnery phase on these 2 guys. Let me make sure that's the turn sequence. Resolve air-to-air gun attacks. Yep, we launch new missiles and now we resolve air-to-air gun attacks. Everything here is simultaneous. Let's go for it. Alright, you want to go? I'll go first just to show how the system works. If I shoot you down, your plane is... Yeah, you totally get to shoot. Okay, so... Unfortunately for both of us, we do have head-on attacks. Obviously, it's always better to be on the enemy 6. So... This is the gunnery chart up here on top. It's nice and simple. Short, medium, and long. 3 inches is short range, 6 inches is medium range, 9 inches is long range. We are totally within short range. Everyone is within 3 inches of each other. Everyone's got gun arc on each other. So all of our chances to hit are going to be 3 up. We're point blank. Okay? We are all good pilots, so we all get to add 1 dice to our roll. Short burst uses 1 ammo point. Subtract 2 dice off your roll. Normal burst, you use the normal dice pool. Sustained burst, it uses up 3 ammo points. By the way, that's the entire ammo load of the F-35, but you do get 2 additional dice. Firing from target beam, -2 dice. -2. We're not firing from the beam. Target is not stalled. Firing from the target front, boom, half dice, and you kind of do it in this order. Okay, so I will show kind of how that works super fast. My flankers have, I think it's a 23mm automatic cannon in them. 66 in the J11. Okay, so I start off with 66. Okay, we are totally within. I get 1 dice for being a good pilot. I'm going to use a sustained burst, so I'm going to use up 3 out of my 5 ammo points. I'm burning up more than half my ammo on 1 pull of the trigger. Okay, so that's the total number of dice. However, we are, again, head-on shot, so half of this gets taken away round up. So that is going to be, or I should say leave round up. So basically there's 9 dice here, I lose 4 of them. I get knocked down to 5 dice. However, I am point blank range, so my target to hit is a 3 up. Every point does a point of damage. Fulcrum number 2 is going to aim at lightning number 1. And I suck! Only 2 hits of damage there, so that's 2 points of damage on lightning number 1. I'm hit, but not bad. R2, see what you can do with it. Alright, and then fulcrum number 4 is going to engage lightning number 2. Same dice. Okay, that's a lot better. 4 levels of damage on that one. Okay, so that's 4 levels on one and 2 on the other. I think lightning number 2 is crippled, but we'll get to that after we do your fire. Now, the lightning has a bigger gun that carries fewer bullets. Your gun does 8 dice of damage. Oh, let me make sure I track my ammo, because ammo is a thing. That was flanker number 2. And flanker number 4. Cool. Alright, so the F-35 Lightning's got a 4-barrel GAU-22 gun in it. I think it's a 4-barrel 25mm cannon. It's almost the I was about to say something stupid. It's a 25mm gun. It's not quite as big as the A-10's gun. So plus, number 1's 25mm instead of 30mm. It's only got 4 barrels instead of 7, and it only carries 148 bullets. So yeah, 3 ammo points. If he fires a sustained burst, he's going to use up all his ammo in 1 shot. So it's up to you, sir. Your chance to hit is 3. You start off with 9 dice, because again, you get a +1 bonus because of your pilot. How much ammo do you want to use?
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, what was that? Okay, I'm sorry, you're still thinking?
Yeah.
No
2
worries.
doesn't add anything.
Yeah, it's a normal burst. A normal burst uses just the regular dice, and it uses up 2 boxes of ammo. 1, you fire off like a little tap. You use up 1 point of ammo. Subtracts 2 off your roll.
I still got missiles, so nope. I'm gonna use all 3.
Okay, cool. So that's 8. Let me turn on the camera here. Obviously, you'll roll your dice, but I'm just going to count here. 8 dice, plus 1 for the pilot, plus 2 for the full ammo burst, equals, good God, what is that? A lot. Okay, and then you do have to lose half for a head-on shot, so you get 66, 3 up is the target number. So at your convenience.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Okay.
Lucky it's 6. That's all the D6 I have. I have a 4, a 6, a 4, a 5, a 1, a 6. 5 hits.
5 hits, nice. That will definitely cripple the flanker. We didn't really say. Flanker 2 is odds. Flanker 2.
Oh yeah, it would be
Well, I'm assuming 1 plane is engaging each one, or because of the arc, it almost has to be that way. All right, so cool. So nope, that was not 6. That was 4. And my guy just took 5. That was, we say flanker number 2, just took 5 levels of damage. Cool. And yeah, everyone's now out of ammo. That 25mm rotary gun is bingo rounds. That's okay. You pretty much just ripped a flanker in half.
still got the other guy to fire.
Totally. 6 more dice. Same target number.
That's
3 6s.
Okay.
The caterpillar.
Uh-oh.
Caterpillar.
Oh,
Oh. Okay,
We have special advisors join the stream.
Yeah. Finger painters here. So that's 3 6s,
Yep.
a 5, a 3, and a 1.
So another 5 hits.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let me update my chart. Nice and easy. They're all the same. I like that. All right, cool. All right, so that fire has all taken part. We've basically 3 planes are already crippled. No one is actually shot down yet. But actually, no, we don't know that for sure. Okay, so that's the damage. Ammunition is expended, damage is assigned, we're all set. We now go to what happened, additional damage. So you roll once on this chart per source of damage. So even though we've each taken multiple hits, we only roll on this chart once. I'm going to go ahead and roll for Raptor number 1 to see if I did anything extra cool on this. Let me get it where I can see the table and the dice tray at the same time. Hoping for an 8. I got a 2. 2 is no additional damage on Raptor number 1. Not Raptor, sorry, Lightning number 1. Lightning number 2. I'll roll for him. He gets a 3. No extra damage again. Ugh. Okay, roll a d10 for flanker number 2, please, on the additional damage table.
5.
5. Missile system is KO'd. No more missiles can be fired. All those infrared missiles I was warning you to worry about, yeah, don't worry about them no more. Because they had a gas. Okay, and now roll 1 for flanker number 4, please.
8.
The golden BB table! We almost never get this! Oh no! The golden BB table is just that 1 in a million shot. Something happens. Something crazy. We go to a whole different table. Alright, now we're on this table. Roll 1d10 on this table, please. You hit something juicy.
Cocked after we roll that.
Okay.
8.
8 is violent engine compression stall. An aircraft immediately stalls and spins, recover as normal. So, yeah, I am now down to my stalls, 1 below my stall speed. So this guy automatically knocks down to 4 in speed. And he's now on a stall. That was fulcrum number 4. So I will now get out my Chinese D12. He is now facing to 4 o'clock. And he is in a stall, which means he's basically dead. Because it's really easy to hit a stalled aircraft. I mean, he's stalled and crippled, which we'll get to in just a second. Crippled is once you take half or more of your total damage points. So I'm pretty sure Lightning 2 is crippled, but so are both of my flankers, to be sure. Yeah, Lightning 2 is crippled because I think they have 7 damage points. The flankers are larger aircraft. They have 8 damage points, but they're both at 5. So all 3 of these aircraft are damaged. Lightning number 1 is damaged, but not crippled, because he's not to half of his total damage points yet. Yeah, that happened. There's a lot going on right there, right off the bat. I'm pretty sure that more or less ends the turn.
No, still, I think there's...
Resolve ground fire, no strafing attacks. We just did assess damage. Speed segment. Oh, attempt stall recovery. And excess speed damage, and... okay.
This might get...
Oh, shit. We might lose a couple of aircraft here. We might lose a couple because of our speed.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, excess speed damage. A couple of our aircraft are now at excess speed. So when you're crippled, your maximum safe speed reduces by half. So my flankers have a maximum safe speed of 27. Boom, that just dropped to 14. 13 and a half, we'll call it 14. The problem is one of my flankers is doing more than 14. He's currently registering a speed of 20. His safe speed just dropped to 14, which means he is now 6 over his speed. Whenever you get to the excess speed damage check, for every point of speed that you're going over your current safe speed, you take another point of damage. So he just took 6 more points of damage. He is now at 9. His total is 8. He explodes. So that plane kind of fell apart in pieces, but flanker number 2 just got shot down. He goes for an ejection. Ejection is 3 up on a D10. However, you have to modify that badly, negatively as a penalty, by 1 point that you exceeded your damage pool. So if your plane just barely kind of falls apart, you can punch out. If your plane blows up TIE Fighter style, you're probably not punching out of that. So I am at 9 total damage points out of 8 total hit points. So I exceeded it by 1. I take a -1 penalty to my punch out roll. I have to roll a 3 up, subtract 1 from this roll. 2, that Chinese pilot did not survive the punch out. That 2 gets reduced to a 1, and that's definitely not a 3 up. He's dead. That is flanker number 2, toast. There you go, slider. Splash that sucker, yeah! Alright, flanker number 2 is shot down. Flanker number 4, I think, is in a stall, which actually saved his life.
Sort of, for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, temporarily. Alright, cool. Now, Lightning number 2. Lightnings are small aircraft. They only have 7 damage points. That Chengdu has 9. It's a freaking... You know what the Chengdu reminds me of, or the J-20? Almost like that old Clint Eastwood movie, Firefox. They actually look a little like that. But for now, I got 7 points. You're down 4, which means you're crippled. Your maximum safe speed is 22, which means it's now 11. And you are currently doing 18. So that's 7 more damage points. Yeah, flanker, Lightning number 2 is toast. Let's go to punch out. You just lost 7 more. You're now at 10. That puts you at 3 over. Roll a d10, subtract 3 from the result. You're trying to end up at 3+.
Nope, I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay, that's 2 pilots down. Holy crap. Wow, that happened quick. Alright, cool. And that wraps up that damage up there. Now we go to the including ordnance loads. Okay, that will conclude the speed segment. We now go to turn 2. And I will check out Mr. Chat. And then we'll start off with a rolling initiative.
Oh, we got less planes.
Yep, the game will go a little faster now. Alrighty, awesome. Cool. They're out of gas. Yes, I said they're out of gas. That's right, Ben.
No, they're out of airframe. They're not out of gas.
They're out of they're out of everything. They're out of breath. That's what they are. Hopefully Egg Shen is there waiting to greet him along with the rest of his ancestors. My poor guy is toast. Okay. So we will start off with initiative. Automatic losing initiative is the guy who's in a stall. Because he's literally... Oh, I never did attempt stall recovery. Sorry. I forgot how to do that. Because it's been a while since I've been in a stall. So, do apologize, folks. Let me look up a rule here super fast. Nice typing. Come on, machine. Do your job. Strike variant is what they got out of stall recovery. Nice. Good job. Good job, machine. Alright, never mind. This thing is not going to help out. The hell with you. That's a terrible search function. Like loaded, order of play, movement. Stalling. After resolving maneuver speed changes, aircraft was reduced to below its minimum stall speed. Result is 4 or higher. At the start of the speed segment of the next phase, roll a D10, adding a maneuver pilot roll. We all get +1s. If the result is 4 or higher, aircraft recovers and may fly normally. It ends this phase with a speed equal to its minimum speed, so I go up to 5. If 3 or less, the stall continues, and then you immediately roll again to see whether or not you hit the ocean, because the game doesn't really track altitude. So you continue to fall out of the sky, it's just whether or not you hit the water yet. So I need a 4 up, so I get to add 1 to my roll, so basically I need a 3 up, natural. A 7, he recovers the stall. Cool. And his speed is now 5, which is his minimum speed. But he's still facing a weird direction. By the way, I put that. What the hell? Where's my aircraft? Oh, it got covered up by the stupid explosion marker. Okay. And I put the explosion marker on the wrong plane. Come on, dummy. That's the guy that blew up. This guy is in a stall, and he is facing at 4 o'clock. I'm all kinds of screwed up here. He never got a chance to stall. He was still facing his original direction. Explosion, explosion. Okay, he's no longer in a stall, so I'll just move that up here a little bit. But he's now at speed of only 5, and he's facing in a rather unfortunate direction. Lightning number 1 is practically on his 6 already. Okay, we are caught up. Turn 2 begins with initiative. I only have 5 aircraft left. Oh shit, I didn't have the camera on for that. I rolled really badly anyway. Okay, so that's 1, 9, 4, 1, 3. Okay, roll 1d10 for each of your aircraft, please.
Number 1, so this is the F-35.
Yep.
3.
Nice.
The The first F-22. Not much better, 2.
Okay.
And the last one, 4.
God, we all kind of sucked, except for Dragon number 2. Everybody else is like, oh my god, planes are exploding already. Ah! Okay, so the guys that go first are going to be my Dragon number 1 and my Flanker number 3. Okay, so now we're going to go through the whole thing. Apply speed changes. Yes, it's time to apply a speed change. Which actually we should have done before we rolled initiative, but that's my fault. You can decelerate by up to 4 for most planes. Okay, place maneuver cards. Okay, so here is where in the physical game you would actually put down a card if you wanted to do any maneuvers. Obviously we can't do that virtually, so we kind of have to either write it down on a note card or just be on the honor system. You do not reveal it. In the game, the physical game, you put it face down on a table, and then once all players have declared all maneuvers, if they want any maneuvers, there's also a fake out card, so you're not giving away anything if you don't put down a maneuver card. You just put down the fake out card, or the no maneuver card, or whatever. And then everyone flips over their cards at once. So for these 2 planes, do I want to do any maneuver cards? Let me quickly jot down a note here, because yes, one of my planes, spoiler alert, one of my planes is going to attempt a special maneuver. Okay, they're in the book or on the quick reference chart, or if you want, they're also here.
Actually, let me just give this for a minute.
Okay, no worries. I'll check the chat. Ben Johnson says, the American planes have a huge edge in tech. That -6 to lock is massive. Yeah, the good news on that, Ben, is for the Chinese, is that does not apply for infrared missiles. That's only radar. So my radar missiles are really going to have a hard time locking on. The good news is I have infrared missiles that cut right through all that shit. The problem, conversely, again for the Chinese, those are short-range missiles that have to get a lot closer. And I basically just lost 2 of the planes that carry them. So, yeah. I mean, I shot down 1 Lightning. Oh, by the way, the victory conditions in this game, it is none of that Falklands nonsense where it's like, oh, if you shoot down 1 Raptor, or not 1 Raptor, 1 Harrier, Argentinians win. Or the Gulf War, if you shoot down 1 F-15, the Iraqis win. This is a straight-up fight. It's last man standing. Because the Chinese military is supposed to be at least close. I don't think they really are, but I gave them more planes to balance it out. So this is just a straight-out fight. I still say the game is kind of even. Yeah, we have both shot down 1 plane, and I have more planes, so technically I'm winning. But he's pretty much like half shot down another one of my planes, so it's more like 1.5 to 1. Which is, again, I have 6, he has 4. We're pretty much even as far as calling it for the moment. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose at least 1 flanker to those Sparrows, or not those Sparrows, those AMRAAMs he launched last turn.
Okay, so I wrote down my 2 moves. Or my
Awesome.
2 special maneuvers.
Okay, so that was for number 1. Number 1, we go to your number. Okay, so everyone's now declared all their special maneuvers. Do I want to declare any for number 2? I'm not going fast enough. At least not for the. Ooh, actually, just for fun. It's also a quick way to pick up speed when you're going too slow. Alright, let's see if he still survives, which I doubt, because I suck. Okay, cool. All special maneuvers are picked out. We are now going to start doing maneuvers. Cool. Or actual movement. The worst guys go first. That's Dragon number 1. Dragon number 1 is, spoiler alert, he is trying the Risk Any favorite, the Immelman. I always fail this, but I can't stop trying because it's great. Immelmans are great if they work. The problem is I'm not very good at rolling the number for them. So, Immelman, for people who may not be familiar, invented by a German fighter race, World War I, Max Immelman. You pretty much go ballistic. You kick the plane up on its tail and you go straight into the sun. And as you're heading up, you can obviously corkscrew any way you want. And when you get to a new altitude, like 1,000 feet up or so, you pull back the stick, you roll the aircraft over on her back, and because you were able to corkscrew any way you wanted while you were heading straight up, when you flip the plane over on its back, you can end up pointing any direction you want. It's a way for the plane to do a 360-degree turn, no matter what his maneuverability class, if he pulls it off. So, unfortunately, I dumped some speed, which was really stupid. Oh, yes, I did. On this guy. I also should have declared that I was doing it on this one, too, which is not good for me. But anyway, that's okay. Even if I fail, I'll still be over my stall speed. Usually, when you want to do an Immelman, you have to, like you place maneuver cards, you have to apply a speed change before that. I can get away with it in this case because I was already going pretty fast. Immelman, successful or not successful, costs you speed because, again, you're going straight up. Alright, so on Immelman, I need a 6 up if I'm a high-powered aircraft, 7 up if I'm not a high-powered aircraft. Everyone's a high-powered aircraft, so I need a 6 up. That means I need a 5 up because we're all good pilots. So I need a 5 up to pull this off. Please. Of course. What did I tell you? I always fail these rolls. A failed Immelman is not good. Immelman. Fail. Aircraft moves forward exactly half of its movement and then is turned in a random direction. Speed reduced by 6 and I am easier to hit. So my current speed was 16. I now move forward exactly 8, which is not good. I think I may have just presented myself for a, well, I won't say it, but certain inappropriate things. He moves forward, oh, wrong plane, damn it. Moves forward exactly 8. There's the dot on the 8.
Hey, look, he's right on the line.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, I may have just presented, I do this all the time. I lose 6 speed points. So I'm down to 10. Wrong aircraft again, dummy. 10. And then I wind up facing in a random direction. I don't get to pick because I screwed up that spiral I was talking about, that corkscrew. I wind up, that's cocked, but it's pretty much 8. I wind up at 8 o'clock, which is glorious.
Oh, you're going away from me. Oh,
Yeah,
geez, look at that.
that always happens to me. I always do that. Oh, man. And on top of that, in case it wasn't bad enough, that's a -2 to my defense. Because I'm way easy to hit right now. Oh, no. The only thing I might work is he may overshoot, because he has to move, depending on what maneuvers he's chosen. He's probably going to overshoot, but we'll see. Okay, that was number 1. My other number 1 is flanker number 3. Flanker number 3 is declaring no maneuvers. He's just hauling ass. In fact, did I dump any speed? Flanker number 3 is moving 11. What the hell? That's not even legal. How did I get that number? That had to be a mistake. I couldn't have gone down to 11 even if I wanted to.
No, I think you're going 20, so it's
That's got to be a mistake.
Yeah, they were 20 last turn, so.
So pretty much 10, no turn. 10 more, no turn. Unfortunately, oh, I should have picked a. Oh, but I didn't declare it. I should have picked an evasion. One of those special maneuvers gives you bonus against missiles. Damn it! I should have done a break turn. Frig! Oh well, I didn't declare it. That's my bad. Okay, that's my other number 1. He's done. We go now to your number 2. That is Raptor number 1. Okay, so what's he up to? Did he declare any special maneuvers?
Yes.
Okay.
Break turn.
Cool. Break turn. So, all right. Break turn is. We have a card for that. You have to roll a 4-up on a D10. Because again, you're high-powered aircraft, so you get to use the easier number. And then, of course, we're all good pilots. Take off another
10.
one. Yep.
10.
So D10, you need a 4-up.
So I rolled a 10 to 0.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Okay, cool. So, yeah, you made it. I thought you were confirming the size of the dice. All right, cool. So, successful break turn is aircraft attempts to break. Makes a normal move that it normally turns at, but at 2 maneuver levels higher than it is rated. So speed is reduced by 3, and you get a bonus against incoming fire. So you lose 2 points of speed. What did I say, 2 or 3? 3. Speed reduced by 3. So you do lose 3 points of speed. However, now you get to do your turn. So you get to move forward 6. That's exactly 6. And now you get to turn, but instead of turning to E for extreme, you get to turn to EBT, extreme break turn. So you can basically make 2 90-degree turns. And if anyone does shoot at you, which I don't think anyone will,
We still have to resolve those incoming
I
missiles.
do have 2 missiles. That's true. You get a +2 to your defense.
So if I get 2 turns, I want to end up be shooting at you.
Now you don't have to turn all the way to EBT, but you're allowed to
Yeah.
turn all the way to EBT.
So if I do the first turn is going to be a full, and
Okay.
then the second turn is going to be, I want to be facing you, like I want to be facing the, it's probably going to be around 45, maybe a bit more. So I want to be basically pointing, you could almost say like the on the J-20, the one that's got the fail,
Right.
on like the upper canard.
We'll see. I think you may overshoot, but we can try. It almost doesn't matter because I think when you do a break turn, I don't think you can. Aircraft may not use weapons in a phase in which it attempts a break turn.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, you can't fire guns anyway. Missiles you fired last turn will still strike normally because you fired them before you did the break turn. But when you're doing a break turn, your aircraft is turning, and that's about it. So that's the second 6 inches. That's what she said. And then you make another 90-degree turn, up to a 90-degree turn any way you want.
That's good.
Actually,
That's actually not really that good. Actually, makes me more vulnerable to you.
Well, it's. Do you want to turn the other way on your first turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna then turn a different way because, cause I don't want to be like so you can shoot me. That makes no sense.
So he turns north on his first turn.
Yeah.
And then we will rotate the wheel. Okay, and then he goes forward another 6 inches, and now he turns again, either left or right.
I'm just gonna turn.
Let me get all the aircraft on the table. There you go. So Ben says, great game and really informative, the way the background information. Yeah, it is. It actually is. When I learned, at least personally, that I was really going to like AirWar C21 is when we put Argentinians up against Harriers. And the game literally taught you why the British won that war. Why the British, or at least the air phase of the war, the air part of the war. Why Harriers, which are not fighters, they are ground attack aircraft, was able to defeat air superiority fighters 10 times their number. AirWar C21, and it doesn't like spell it out for you like a special rule. It comes out organically in the game. You're like, oh, And then you read about it in the history, and you're like, the history says the same thing, and you're like, I literally learned that for myself, firsthand, albeit vicariously, of course. But yeah, I love games that do that. Sorry, Bernard, you want to go left or right on that last turn? I'm assuming left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go left.
Cool. So that's his movement. 1, 2. Yep. So 2 movement phases and 2 turns. That's his final position. His new speed is 12. All right, that was 2. Then we have a 3 somewhere. We have 2 3s. A flanker loses to a lightning because reasons. So flanker number 4. Oh, this is my stall buddy. All right, Mr. Stall Buddy. What do we? Oh yeah, he did choose a mission. He did choose a special action because he wants to, number 1, turn in a funky way, and number 2, he's got to pick up some speed. What do you do in that case? You pull a split S. It's basically an implement in reverse. You dive instead of climb. So, high-powered aircraft on a split S. Actually, let me just get the stupid thing here. So, win, lose, or draw, I'll at least be going faster. Where's my split S? There we go. Oh my god, I zoomed out too much. The problem is I have to make this roll now. I have to make a 6 up on a D10. 50-50. Come on, dice, give me a break. A 3, I failed a maneuver. Oh god, I suck. I always fail at maneuvers. People who have watched this stream would know that. Where is split S? Failure. Aircraft moves forward exactly half its movement. That's going to be 2.5 inches. And then it's turned in a random direction. Speed increased by 6, which, okay, that's something. And I get a +2 to hit. Or +2 to be hit. Well, he's only moving 5, so I move forward half of that, so 2.5. And then I wind up in a random direction. And I gain... I increase my speed of 6. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3... Oh, no, 2.5. Wind up in a random D12 direction. This is 6 o'clock. Oh, my God. Could that be more perfect? And now my speed is... Number 1, +2 to that. And my speed is now going to be increased by 11 for later in the turn. Oh, I hate my life. Oh, also, I'm crippled. So maybe I don't want to be going too much faster. 13 is my new max. So, okay, I almost destroyed myself there. Alright, that was 3. We now go to your 3. That's lightning number 1, who is slightly damaged. Lightning number 1, are you declaring any...
No special maneuvers.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the destroyed aircraft to clean up the table a little bit. Okay, no special maneuvers, so we go straight to the turning wheel. Your speed is 18. You're still moving.
Yeah, wow.
Alright, cool. Thank you. At least you're going to overshoot. Nice. Small mercies. So I get for the fact that I can't save my ass on a maneuver table. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Using the grid on the table. Okay, you now make your first turn anywhere out to E.
So I'll go towards I'll turn to E towards the 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Yep. That is 6 inches, and then 3 more inches. Come on. 1, 2, 3. That's the second 9. Recenter the turning wheel. Make sure it's lined up correctly. Alright, cool. And now you get to turn again out to E, either left or right. I do remember Fulcrum number 1 has not moved yet. Fulcrum number 3 has. Also, we have no idea if those missiles are going to hit Fulcrum 1 and 2. Fulcrum 1 or 2 might not be there by the time we get to the next missile phase.
You know, I'm going to turn to E, but I'm going to turn towards like the 2 o'clock.
Okay. Alright, that's his position. Nice, you overshot, but you did get out of my gunnery arc. And my missile arc, I'm pretty sure. If I am in your missile arc, it'll be a beam shot, which is not ideal. Not within missile arc, I can tell you that. Yeah, easily. Alright, cool. So, nice evasion. The enemy aircraft pretty much stopped in front of you. I didn't mean to evade that way, but then again, you could have blundered right in front of my missiles or my guns, but you did not do that either. So, good deal there. Your speed remains at the moment at 18.
Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust that next turn.
Yeah, that was lightning 1. Cool. So that was the 3. Now I go to 4s. I have a 4 that is flanker number 1. Alright, yeah, this guy. I gotta get close, man. I gotta get closer where I can actually use some of my infrared missiles before I get shot down here. But that may have already happened. Apply speed changes. Both of my other flankers are going to kick it up a little. 1 and 3 are going to go to 24. Not 34, Jesus. 30, 24, 24. Alright, that is the apply speed changes. Do either of you, let me go back and do this over again. Do either of your Raptors, does your Raptor number, your aircraft that have moved, Raptor number 1 or Lightning number 1, do either of them want to change their speed? Because you said you wanted to adjust your speed. This is one of the times you get to do that.
Yeah, my Lightning's going to go to, so this is the other guy, the Lightning, who's going 18, is going to go to 12.
He can reduce by up to 4 without a special maneuver.
Go to 14.
Yep. And then Raptor number 1 at the end of his movement. So basically each plane goes through all these steps. So we do your move, half move turn, and then you apply any speed changes. So Raptor number 1, is he happy at 12?
Yeah, they're happy at their speed.
Cool. That was the end of my 4. We go to your 4, which is Raptor number 2, and then we do my last craft, which is Dragon number 1. Sorry, Dragon number 2. So your Raptor 2 goes, then my Dragon 2. Ben Johnson says, have you ever used this system for piston aircraft? Okay, so it was made for ultra modern. It was made for like basically Top Gun forward, so the 80s forward. So there's no piston craft in the initial game. They then came out with a data annex, which is a fantastic reference, highly recommended, available for PDF purchase on Wargames Vault. So that goes back to 1950. You can basically do like F-86 Sabres versus MiG-15s in Korea. I have seen pictures. I don't own the game myself. I have seen pictures of the cover sheet for a 1918 World War I version of this game, but I've never tried it. Alright, so did Raptor 2 declare any special maneuvers? No. Cool.
No, he didn't. He's only the one guy.
Cool. His current speed is 15. So he moves forward 7.5. And then he makes his first turn there. Where's the turning wheel? Okay. And again, he turns out to E in either direction.
So he's going to turn to. Let me just go close.
Oh, let me zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, if you could.
Yeah, because this is getting kind of tight in here.
So he's going to go to L. He's actually going to turn to between the L and the arrow.
Okay.
Or does he have to do a full?
No,
full?
he does not. He does not have to do full.
So he's going to go between the R and the L. So that would be no. Go back to where it was. Go back. Put it back if you could.
Did I move the plane by mistake? I moved the plane by mistake, didn't I?
Yeah. So
My
okay.
bad.
So the plane basically, it should go. Oh yeah, I'm pointing, but there's nothing you can't see. So follow the L. If you follow, just follow the go straight now.
Southward. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He then goes. That's 6 inches. Another inch and a half. Okay.
But actually move it. So you see that where on the wing it has like the plus sign, like the grid mark.
Yep.
That's where the blue dot should be, and then it moves a little bit more. So he did like half of the 15-degree turn. He did like only a 7.5, like right at that little line.
Oh, I got what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Gotcha, totally.
And then the next one. So that's what he's done.
Gotcha. Cool. And then he's got to move a little bit more now because he's moving 7.5. So that's another inch and a half. That's about an inch and a half.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So like a 7-degree turn. Each one of those increments is roughly 15 degrees.
Good.
All right, cool. So now he makes his second turn again out to E if he wants. So I'm assuming he's turning south. Well, no, if he turns south, he'll be in.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So I want to. Can you?
You want me to zoom out, or?
Can you just put the missile grid or the missile arc for that guy? Let's see if he's in it. I don't know if he's in it. I don't think he's in it, right? Is he?
Oh, it's close. That's way too much.
If you go down.
Hold on. I got a better tool for this. Right now, no, he's not.
That's exactly where I want to be. I was trying to position myself just outside of this guy's missile arc.
Okay.
I know it's almost like gaming the rules.
No. But I'm pretty sure you still have to move half your movement, right? Or do we already? Because we've only done one movement, right? Or do we? You started off. Oh God.
I thought that was my whole move, though.
Okay, yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right.
That's where it should be.
I lost track of something.
He was behind the other guy, so.
So yeah, Raptor 2. You started off Highway Strip 331 TR. So basically started TR Highway 331. Yeah, that's definitely 15 inches.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. I lost track of one of your movements.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I wanted to just from just outside of that guy's arc, and if the other guy turns, he's most likely gonna overshoot.
Yeah, that Immelman, by the way, was here because I'm stupid. This brake turn was up here, and then I failed the Immelman anyway.
Yeah, but you ended up in a good arc position. That's the problem. If you were pointed another way, I would have totally moved differently. But you ended up in because if you were pointing more towards 6 o'clock or whatever.
Yep.
It's only being at the 8 o'clock position. I was going to go forward. I was going to basically be ahead of you, and you could do a shot. So it would have really worked out for you, that failure. So I had to avoid that.
Well,
I still want it to be
I honestly don't know if he's going to get to shoot anyway, because he's got 2 missiles coming at him, and he failed an Immelman. So you're going to get a +2 to your roll for that. So one of those, I'm pretty sure one of those.
How many
anagrams is
rolls
gonna-
have you failed, my friend? How many rolls
well,
have you failed?
we're talking about me. I'm the world's, except for Damon, I'm the world's worst die roller. There's Damon, then there's me. As far as terrible die rollers. That's why once in a while I win with Damon. He's the only person
Misery loves company. I can always join you.
who rolls even worse than I do.
Misery loves
Alrighty.
company.
So is Raptor 2 changing his speed at all? Currently at 15.
And his maximum is what?
4.
4. So yeah, he'll go up to 18.
4 without a special maneuver. I mean, a Raptor.
Go. I'm not gonna do anything special. I'm gonna.
Cool. All right. So the last guy to go now is Dragon number 2. Was the only person who still has initiative on the table. Yeah, because both my flankers have moved.
Everything's moved. He's the last guy left.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Oh God, he declared no special maneuvers. Currently moving at 16. Let me do the first part of the roll that I get I have no real choice in. Oh God, he's gonna collide with his buddy here. 8. Okay, then what do I do? They are high maneuverability. They are not extreme maneuverability. I'm gonna overshoot, aren't I? Yep, totally. I've moved forward 1. That looks like a beautiful shot, except I have no guns. I would totally have a 6 o'clock. Then again, you're also +2 defense. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and execute that, even though I know there's no point to it. Because I got no guns, but I'm just trying to stay out of...
So what's your speed?
That is... Oh no, I go 2 more points. It doesn't matter, I wasn't going to get a shot anyway, because I'm too close for missiles, and my guns are...
Gone.
I don't have any. So he actually winds up here. So even if I had guns, I would have overshot. Well, if I didn't have guns, I wouldn't have turned full on that first one. But I don't think I would have gotten it anyway. Plus, again, you have +2 defense because of your break turn. So right now I'm just trying to maybe angle up on something for turn 3. Who knows? If I win initiative or who knows what.
What was your speed on that guy?
16. You just dropped down to, or you just kicked up to 18. Okay, we want to get in a tail chase. The dragon will win that. Maximum speed of 33, Mach 2.5.
Yeah, but was that your first? That was both moves, right? Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's all movement.
Missiles gonna start hitting stuff.
Oh boy, yeah, here we go. Right, so the first thing we do is resolve missiles from last turn. Oh jeez. Okay, here we go. My poor flankers. I totally should have declared break turns. It's a nice, easy maneuver. I would have at least give me a fighting chance. Damn it. I am popping a chaff. So all aircraft carry enough chaff to where you'll never run out. Normally you have to keep track of it because most aircraft only carry 4 and the game lasts more than 4 turns. But here each aircraft carries 8 flares and 8 chaffs, and we're not going to play for 8 turns, so who cares. So yeah, I'm going to fire 2 chaff out of each plane. So it's going to be 1 for each missile. So we already know the missile locked on. This is whether or not the missile hits. Pilot modifier. Okay, let me get a little dice tray here. That is +1, because your pilot's awesome. SAR fired from the front. That is -1. Launched at long range, head on. Okay, one of them had it, one of them didn't. One of them was a long range shot, if you recall. One of them was not a long range shot.
The one that's lower was the short range.
Correct.
The other guy was the long range.
Okay, so for one of these two both of these are going to be 2 double missile shots. One of them is going to have an additional -1. The other one will not have. So I made it a different color.
Okay.
In fact, blue for Americans, black for neutral, for whatever. Okay. Missile inside mid-range, no. Missile outside lock, no. Nope. 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 I will get a flare. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's +1, -2 for the good one, -3 for the bad one. So we'll do the good one first. So we'll leave this +1 out of there for now. So it's going to be a grand total of -1, comparing the blue dice and the red dice for counting up modifiers. So again, the bottom one was closer, so we're doing the bottom one first against Fulcrum number 3. AMRAAMs hit on a 2+. Oh god. Again, the net modifiers wind up being -1, so now you need a 3+, and you get to roll twice.
D6 or D10?
D10s to hit.
Okay, D10. Hold on. So 2, so I got 1. So let me roll the first one. First one, I rolled a 2.
That's actually a miss.
Yep. The second one, an 8.
Alright, that's a hit. So the first missile missed, the second missile hit. 2d6 is the damage for the one missile that hit. So roll 2d6 as high as you can.
3.
Alright, cool. He is damaged. That was number 3.
That was him, yeah.
Cool, so Fulcrum number 3, wrong thing, he is now down to 3 damage points. Cool. He is not crippled because he has 7 damage points. That was 1 missile hit, so he gets 1 dice on the additional damage table.
D10. 5.
5 is there goes my missile system again. Oh, that's why I have the flankers. You're blowing up all my flanker missiles, man. That's not nice. He has no more missiles. Alright, and that's it for that. Now we have the other hit that is going to be at a -2 modifier.
So I rolled 2d10?
2d10s, because there's 2 missiles coming in. You need a 4 up. Natural.
A 1?
That's a miss.
A 10.
Sweet, that's a hit. 2 more d6s on Fulcrum number 1 for a second missile hit.
3.
Oh man, like these little clip shots. Okay, and then another d10 for additional damage.
1. Nothing.
No additional damage. Sweet. I actually kind of got away with that. Sort of. Sweet. I'll take it. Alright. Now, here's the not so hot news. Ooh. The J-20.
I got my guy. My guy's taking missiles at my guy.
Which... Oh, that's right.
Those missiles should be on my guy.
That was on... Crap.
That guy.
I was on Raptor 1.
What was it on?
I have him on Raptor 1, which is good news for you because Raptor number 1 is the one that did a break turn.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I thought I was about to lose a dragon. You shouldn't have said anything. No, it would have ruined the stream, so thanks very much. Okay, let's go through all those again. Come on, lightning! Get blown up. Alright. I get to add 1 because I'm awesome. For pilot skill. Active radar humming missile fired from target front. That is 1 to you. SARS target. No. I was in normal range. It's minimum range. Without no. You did a break turn.
Yeah.
2 points for that. Oh, break turn. 3. Targets at low altitude. No. Target stalled. Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna go ahead and pop a chaff.
Yep.
That's an additional 1. And okay, cool. So we'll cancel out these 2. It's a total of -4 to me. Again, Chinese technology. Also, I didn't do an evasive maneuver. I have to hit on a 4 up. +4 for penalties. I have to roll an 8 up. Oh no. President Winnie the Pooh, be with me. A 4. Missile missed. There is a second missile though. Come on, give me an 8+, please. Damn it! Nope, that's 2 misses. Good break. That's literally out of Top Gun.
I said I spent the time looking at this stuff, and it was like, yeah, I think that's my best move.
Missiles come off the rails. Break left, and he just yanks the plane over. Yeah, I mean, with that -3, both my missiles still would have missed. Looking at the table, but still, definitely a good move. All right, I think that's it for missiles from last turn. We're now going to try and do missiles for next turn. Fulcrums. Well, one fulcrum is out of...
Missiles.
One fulcrum has no missiles. The other one has launched his 2 radar missiles. And I'm too far away. 26 inches.
Which are the 2 planes that don't have missiles anymore?
Hold on, let me check. The 2 planes that do not have missiles anymore are Flanker 2 and Flanker 3. Well, Flanker 2 is shot down.
Oh, okay.
So, Flanker 3 is the one that does not have missiles now. Bad news for me. Can I scrape by with this? Oh, baby, please. I know I already got 1 Lightning. I want to get at least 1 more American plane. If I shoot down 2 planes and then get tabled, I'll take it. Oh my god. I got the arc. Number 3 has no missiles, so I can't fire with him. I think I'm a smidge too far. Come on, ruler. Oh, 26 is my range. The blue dot on Raptor 2 is like 26.5. That's not fair. I'm gonna go cry now.
If it was just going a bit faster, you would have had me.
I can do it. You can launch an IR missile from beyond range, but you pay a sick modifier for it. So I think I'm gonna do it anyway, but it's really gonna suck. All right. That's if I can lock on, but I'm pretty sure I will. That is the Russian R-73 locks on a 2+. 8. Boom. There they go. No, the ECM does not apply because it's an infrared lock.
Oh yeah.
This is what I was hoping for. Is my stupid flankers, as vulnerable as they are carrying infrared missiles. However, they are firing from the front, and they are firing from just outside maximum range. And you will be able to fire flares, obviously. So, but they are a hell of a lot easier to lock on than they are with anything radar guided, because of all of the RAM material in the airframe and on the surfaces of the aircraft, the geometry of the aircraft, and so on. Okay, so let me keep track of my missiles here, because this is Fulcrum number 1. That's half of those. Alright, cool. Does flanker number 4 want to do anything? Flanker 4 is not an arc. We already mentioned that last turn. And question is, can I lock? I'm not in range. I'm not in arc. We already measured that too. Oh damn it. Okay, that's no missiles from either of those aircraft. That's going to be it for my missiles. Zooming out, what missiles do you want to launch this turn? Your Raptors have fired off all their AMRAAMs. They still have Sidewinders, the AIM-9X. Jen in stream says, I know all about failed special maneuver rolls. Yeah, that is frustrating. When you make one, it's so sweet, but I never get good luck with those. And I keep trying them. I don't know why. Okay, so does Raptor number 1 or 2 want to fire any Sidewinders? Because I'm pretty sure you both have both the remaining Fulcrums, or both those 2 Fulcrums well within arc.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
All right. So these are
actually, can you zoom out? Because I want to see where my other guy is.
Sure.
Okay, out of range. Okay, yeah, time for the. So I'm going to launch some infrareds on the 2 flankers.
Okay, one or both? Well, actually, you don't have to declare that yet. First, we have to declare lock-ons. So it's a 2+ to lock on from here. It's a 2+ to lock on from here.
So number 1.
Okay.
10.
Got it. Number 2.
The other guy, 9.
Sweet. They both lock on. Now they both have locked on. They can either fire 1 or 2 of the remaining Sidewinders.
They'll both fire 1.
All right.
1 at each.
Sweet. Yeah, because these guys are starting to run low on missiles.
Yeah.
They have 1 missile left. For people in the chat who may be interested, these are the AIM-9X that can lock on after launch. Because again, they are firing from inside the aircraft, their internal launch base. So you can't lock, the missile can't lock on while it's still inside your own aircraft. But they are building new Sidewinders to take that into account. And it doesn't look like there's any missile fire over here. So I think that's it for missiles. Fire phase, I don't think there's any gunnery. I don't see any gunnery. We've already assessed the damage. Attempt stall recovery, no one stalled this time. No one's doing excess speed. I think we're good for the turn. Okay, turn 3. I have 5 aircraft left. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's do it right this time, dummy. Me being the dummy. Apply speed changes. Yeah. Okay, so Dragon number 1 is going too slow. Okay, any speed changes for any of your 3 aircraft? I'll zoom out so you can take a good look.
Yeah, lightning.
Hello, Rasmus. Welcome to the stream. I apologize. Lightning is doing...
Lightning 2.
Lightning
I think that
2 is swimming. Lightning number 1.
No, Raptor.
Okay,
Raptor number 1.
Okay.
Gonna go up to 16.
Got it. Any other changes?
Lightning number 1. Let's see where he is.
Yep. He's currently doing 14, and that's his current position. Mr. Rasmus, I shot down an F-35, man.
18. He'll go up to 18.
Alright. He also blew up one of my flankers and damaged pretty much everybody else. Lightning 1 is up to 18. Cool. Alrighty. Now we will roll initiative, because this time I paid attention to the rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let me make sure I show my dice tray this time. Okay. A little bit better than last time. That is 6, 3, 2, 5, 8. Okay.
Okay, so my lightning's gonna roll. You get 7.
Got it.
The other one, lightning, Raptor number 1,
Yep.
gets a 2,
Got it.
and lightning number Raptor number 2 gets a 4.
Sweet. Okay, so now we will start move segment. Test for... now we actually place maneuver cards. Oh god, do I want to do this again? Cool. I've got mine declared. Wait, I got missiles coming at me somewhere, don't I? They're both damaged. I'm looking at my flankers, see if I want to do break turns. But if I do a break turn, I'll never be able to launch another aircraft. Or to launch a Okay, those are the maneuvers in case you want to declare any maneuvers. Hello! Hey, those things are expressive. Here come the implements. No, Rasmus, here come the failed implements. This is a Riskany Jim you're talking to. I do nothing at AirWar C21 but fail implements. And by now, it's almost a joke. How many times do I keep attempting implements and I keep failing them? I'm gonna get a dice that is like fake printed and it's all 10s, and then I'll start rolling implements with that. I'll still find a way to fail.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's go and start moving some aircraft. So the worst initiative is... looks like me with flanker number 1. And we tie, but, I mean, there's no way a flanker is as maneuverable as a Raptor, so... so flanker number 1 will go first. Where is flanker number 1? Okay, flanker number 1 is attempting a barrel roll. So, here we go. Barrel roll for the Chinese is 5. Was a barrel roll and turn? What did I say? Oh no. It's a barrel roll. Okay, cool. I had the right one. It's a 5+. Make that a 4+ for a good pilot. A 5. I actually made a special maneuver. I wish I had like an applause sound effect right now. Okay. Yay! Aircraft moves forward half distance, up to half distance is what that really should say. That's actually, wait a minute. Make sure I get this right, because I don't want to screw it up and then cheat. Half move, not up to half move. Okay. Aircraft moves half distance at 60 degrees to flight path. Speed reduced by 4, no change in direction. Does give a bonus against incoming fire. So, get the turning wheel out. My current speed, I'll have to look that up. I think I said I was kicking that down a little. 16, no. Still at 20. So I move 10. Up to 60 degrees. That is out to H. And he does not change his direction. So he pretty much rolls up. And he winds up right there. And he does get the +2 to his defense. Okay, and that's it for his speed. Oh, wait, there was something else. I lose some speed to that.
4.
Speed reduced by 4. Sweet. So I know what I'm doing with my next speed segment. I then reapply speed changes. I go down 4, and then at the end of my turns, apply speed changes. I go back up to 16. So he gooses the afterburners again. That's it for Fulcrum number 1. Next person on the initiative chart is Raptor number 1. Alright, Raptor number 1, there is a dragon behind you, sort of. Rasmus, you have to, like, marvel and amaze at my sexy new miniatures.
Raptor 1, that's, he's doing a...
Yep.
He's doing a break turn.
Cool. So, break turn is pretty easy. The trade-off is he does not get to shoot anything.
6.
He definitely made it. Oh, the break turn was already there. Sorry. So your turn, your adjusted target was a 4, but yeah, you made it. All right, cool. So basically, you lose. I think it's 3 speed, but that happens kind of after. What happens now is, what's your current speed? Break turn for Raptor number 1 is 16. You move forward 8. So that's 6 on the turn wheel. Just short of that grid. Alright, that's 8. And now you get to turn to EBT. Extreme Break Turn. I'll scroll a little bit so you can see where the flankers are. Flanker 1 is moved, Flanker 2 is not. Flanker 3 is not, I should say.
So I can do 2 turns, right?
Yep. But they don't have to go all the way out to EBT. Yeah. Okay.
He's going to go to E, 7 o'clock.
Got it. That is 6. Two more to 8. That completes his 16 inches of movement. He gets to make 1 more turn at the end of that movement. Out to EBT in either direction. Are we gonna go for another heads-up gun duel? I'll trade flankers for Raptors all day, every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
So he's gonna turn to E, 5 o'clock.
Okay. That concludes. Oh, does he do any changes? He lost 3 points to the break turn. Does he want to do any speed changes?
So he loses 3.
Well, he's already. I took it from 16 to 13 already. But
Yeah, so
now,
I'm just wondering.
yep, he can now
But
increase.
now he can power up again.
Yes,
So he's going to power up to 16.
back up to 16. He can go to 17 if he wants, but
No, 16.
okay.
Good.
Sweet. So that concludes Raptor number 1. Next, we go to 3s. That is going to be Dragon number 2. Dragon number 2 is currently moving at 20. Ooh, I'm going too fast. Dragon number 2 declared a maneuver. Here it comes, folks. You know what maneuver I'm talking about. The Immelman. Because I refuse to give up on this. I need to roll a 5 up. Come on, man. A 10. Yes! Immelman succeeds. An Immelman that succeeds is a beautiful thing. So, what the Immelman is going to do. I have to get behind you. So
That's my plane.
I know. I'm measuring your arc. I have to get north of that line.
I'm just going to take a 2-minute bathroom break.
Sure, no problem. So I have to move up to, I'm just talking to the chat, don't worry. I have to move up to half my movement, but I get to move up to half my movement. I don't have to move the whole half. So I'm going to move just enough so that I'm at the back 180 of this. Oh wait, that's not going to work. I think it's still going to be a beam shot. A shot from the side. As opposed to a real tail shot. Yeah, there's no way I can get to... Okay, never mind. It'll be a beam shot. That's fine. Anywhere up to half my speed, I choose that. And then I can turn any direction I want. He is lining up for a double missile shot at the beam of Raptor number 1. He gets an Immelman. Immelman does not give a bonus to defense, I don't think. Speed reduced by 5. And then I increase it by 4, so I net lose 1. That's going to be 19. Hey, I did a successful Immelman. I did it once per game. Alright. And let's see, after number 3 comes number 4. That is technically his plane, Raptor number 2. But I'll go ahead and skip him for now, because he's off camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and do Raptor number, or I should say Flanker number 3. Flanker number 3 also attempted a barrel roll. I have to make a 4+.
I'm back.
He also succeeds. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
So, yeah, he'll basically do the same thing. Okay, now he will, that costs him 4 points. He's going to kick up 4 more points. So he basically stays the same at a speed of 20. Alright, and now we go to Raptor number 2. Okay, so here's the situation. This guy did a successful Immelman. He is drawing a bead on a double missile shot into the rearward beam of Raptor number 1. Now it is time for Raptor number 2 to do his movement. Dragon number 1's already moved, right? No, nope. Dragon number 1 is not moved yet. Nice. Holy crap, I may actually get somebody here. I'm boxing him in, guys. I almost have him surrounded. Because that totally matters in aerial warfare. It looks nice.
Okay. He's going to move. He has no special maneuvers planned.
Okay.
So he's going to move straight forward.
His current speed is 18. Alright, so we'll move forward 9. Alright, that's 9, and he gets to move to E. Or turn to E, I should say. He's going to zoom right between my two flankers, guys, then he's going to pull an implement and drop in right behind me. Or he might just go for a... I think he's going to... If he goes for a gun shot, he might overshoot. But, yeah, maybe not.
No, it's going to be incredibly close. So he's going to turn.
Okay.
It'll be towards... Okay, yeah, so...
Damn it. Get the wheel lined up right.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so that's... So he's going to go... Hold on.
No worries. Both those flankers did do barrel rolls. They will get a +2 defense.
Yeah.
Those Raptors, however, do not run out of ammunition nearly as fast as those Lightnings do. If it comes down to guns again.
So he's going to go... It's going to turn towards the about 10 o'clock. So that's going to be not the E, it's the one before the E.
H, yep.
H, but it's going to be just a smidgen less than H. So it's, and then it's going to go up. So he's going to be almost on a direct line towards flanker number
Looks
4
like flanker
or number 1.
Flanker
1. So he might overshoot because of the 9, but he's going to try to...
There's 6. And now, let me get this other thing. 3 more inch. Come on. Get the shorter ruler. No, you want to aim right at flanker number 1, right?
Yeah, right. Like, so you'd be turned just, just said, that's
Yeah.
where the turn would have been.
Yeah.
Because I knew I could do it, like it was...
Yeah, you're basically touching, but we are, like, absurdly close.
Yeah, that's like that. Like
Yeah.
that crazy. I'm in the hand gesture range. That's
Yeah,
what I want to
we
do.
we are probably within hand gesture range, yeah. And there's a missile, too, so your own missile might hit you. That's
wow.
impossible.
I'm following the missile in.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we'll get one of those great moments of like the plane exploding and my plane flying through the explosion.
There you go. Or he dodges the missile and he just goes to smile, and then the pilot turns back to the front and the camera crash zooms on his face and his eyes go wide, and that's when you see the muzzle flash of the Raptor's gun. Oh, never mind, you're dead anyway. Okay, so that was any speed changes for Raptor number 1. Raptor number 2, sorry. Any speed changes for Raptor 2?
I'm good at that now.
Cool. 18, that was number 4. I already moved number 5. So now we go to number 6, Dragon number 1. Dragon number 1, who is now sort of recovered, is like, oh baby, what the deuce. What's my speed? We're not going to get another shot like this. I am moving at moving at, only 14. The one time I need to be moving fast. He has declared no maneuvers. Actually, that may be just about perfect. So that is 6.
I think it will be.
One more for, whatchamacallit, to get to 7. That's half of my 14. And he pretty much says, peekaboo, Mr. Raptor number 2. No, he's not going for Raptor 1, he's going for Raptor 2. Because of target aspect. And then 7 more inches. Oh, I just blundered into his guns. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, so he moves forward 7. Oh, I almost can't avoid it. But I can at least open the key. I can at least keep the range open. That's a 6. One more makes 7. So I'm still in the gun arc, but at least it's at longer range. And now I can turn anywhere up to H. I will turn to H. Now I've got missiles into his tailpipe. Dead bang. Nice. All right, cool. That's if I don't get shot down by Raptor number 1's guns. All right, so we're gonna have some hella gunfire here coming up. Those 2 missiles were coming toward Raptor number 2. Oh, Raptor number 2 that just charged my hackers. Oh my god. This is a nice little hairball in here, man. Look at that. Oh my god. Who did the successful brake turn? That was your Raptor number 1, right?
Yep. And number 2. They both made successful turns.
Did Raptor 2 also do a brake turn?
Yeah, this turn he did. Raptor 1, yeah, on turn 3.
Yeah, Raptor 1 did. Yeah, but did Raptor 2 do a brake turn this time? Because I think he just turned to be like right on my to go right for my flanker.
Yeah, he just turned.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering if he did if he gets the +2 defense. All right, cool. So I think we're done with movement, at least on this part. Does Dragon number 1 want to speed up at all? Yes, he's going too slow. Okay.
You know I can't shoot at you, eh?
That was number 6.
That Raptor couldn't have shot at you anyway.
This Raptor cannot shoot at me?
Yeah, he did the brake turn.
Oh, hello, I knew that. Except I didn't. I was all worried about it. I forgot about that. That was 6. The last guy to go... Oh no, the second last guy to go is Lightning 1. So over here we have our own little side dogfight. Lightning number 1 goes next. And he is currently moving at 18. Any special maneuvers for Lightning number 1?
Nope.
Okay. He moves 9. Damn it, stop moving the map. There is 9. Get the turning wheel over here. I'm just going to go ahead and get a second turning wheel.
Turn to the 12 o'clock.
He can easily do that.
I'm going to go straight up 9. Then he's going to turn again towards...
Okay, and he turns again out to E.
Yeah, so he's going to turn to the 10 o'clock. E. That'd be no one more.
Oh, all the way to E. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was his second turn, so that's the end of his movement.
That's the end.
Cool. Now, what's Mr. Falcon doing? Mr. Falcon is probably going to... Oh, any speed changes for Lightning 1?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, he won't do anything.
Flanker 4 is moving at 15. Oh, except I can't go too much faster because I'm crippled. Which means my maneuverability drops by 1. I go from an H to an M. I forgot he was actually crippled. So I can't go too much faster. Flanker 1, Flanker 2 did barrel rolls. Flanker 4 declared an Immelman. Oh god. Alright, here I go. Immelman, I need a 5-up. Come on, crippled flanker. Go out with a blaze of glory. Sweet! Successful Immelman. He can move forward up to half of his movement. His movement, what did I say, was not too absurd. 15, he can move up to 7.5. I choose to move forward, that much. I can now turn the aircraft any way I want. Turn them directly for you. And that's the end of my turn. That was a successful Immelman. He gets no defense bonus for that. But nobody's shooting at him anyway. And that's not going to be great, but it's going to be good enough for, hopefully, a double infrared missile shot. Awesome. Now, I did lose 6 movement points to that, or 6 speed points. I put 4 back in, so I lose net of 2. And that concludes a movement. Now we go to resolve missiles fired from last turn. There's a lot. Okay. So first of all, I have 2 short-range air-to-air missiles, infrared missiles, coming at the front of Raptor number 1. All this happens simultaneously.
Yep.
So, okay, I got a lot of negative modifiers on there, though. In fact, let me get my little dice tray out here to count them up. I do get +1 because I'm an awesome pilot. IR missile fired from front, -2. IR missile... Wait a minute. Whoa. I may not be legal. IR missile fired from target front. No.
-2.
Yeah, I got that. Then IR missile fired from beam. No. I don't think I was legal to actually launch those 2 missiles.
Why not?
Because that shooting at beyond maximum range is for semi-active radar homing or active radar homing missiles only. You can't do that with infrared missiles. And if we remember, I was like 26.5.
Oh yeah, you were just out. out.
Yeah, I thought I could do that with a penalty, but I don't see that here. I'm pretty sure that's only for active radar homing missiles. So, like the 5th one down, semi-active radar homing or active radar homing missile launched at long range, head-on at 0 to 24 inches beyond normal maximum range, that does not apply to IR missiles. So I don't think I was actually able to do that. Oh no. Trucks. Okay, yeah, never mind. That would have been an illegal missile launch. So I'll take those 2 missiles back, but the missiles are not there, so you have nothing to worry about on those 2. That was a rules error on my part. I do apologize. So no missiles coming at him, which means I never fired them, which means we can take gunnery at each other. At least Flanker 1. Flanker 3 is nowhere near in the arc. So it's just going to be R2 aircraft at almost nose to nose.
No, those missiles are good. Because didn't they...
No, your missiles coming at me are good. My 2 missiles coming at you were not legal.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're right, we should resolve last missiles first. So, I have... Okay, we'll go back to your missile now. This short range is the Sidewinder. versus flanker number 1 head on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start over on this one then. Okay, number 1, you get +1 because you're an awesome pilot. IR missile fired from target front, -2 to me. I did do a break turn, so that gives me a -3. Bonus, I will also drop chaff, which gives me, or flares I should say, which gives me a -2. So fired from front, I did a break turn, and I'm firing chaff, or flares I should say. Cool. So that is 7 and +1. That's a net -6. The good news is you start off on a 2+, so you have to roll an 8+ to hit with that Sidewinder right up the front.
3.
Okay, then you have a second missile that's hitting the other aircraft, all the same modifiers.
4.
Okay, both those missiles missed. Cool deal. Thank you, barrel roll. Now we do... There were no missiles coming anywhere else, right?
No.
We do have some gunnery, though.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, gunnery time. And both of these flankers are already damaged, so I'm pretty sure I'm losing a flanker here. Okay, F-22 Raptor has a smaller gun, but lots more ammo. It's only a 20mm gun. I think it's 3 barrels. I could be wrong about that. But it's 5d6. So let me get out Mr. Dice Tray here. 5d6. Yeah, +1 because you're a good pilot. It's -2 to fire 1 ammunition point. No dice modifier to use up 2 ammunition points. And a +2 dice modifier to fire 3 ammunition points. This plane carries a total of 8 ammunition points.
We'll do the +2.
Alright. And then because we're firing at each other from head on, we have to divide all this by half. So we have 8, it reduces to 4. So you have 4d6, obviously 3+, because we're right on top of each other. 4 dice at 3+.
And the bones get rolled. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So 3 hits. Okay, roll a d10 on the additional damage table.
7.
7. External systems KO'd. Okay, ECM and bomb systems may no longer be used. I'm not carrying any ECM or bomb system, so cool. If I was carrying any external ordnance, I would have just lost it. So that's 3 more points. He is now... Which one was that? That was flanker number 1, right?
Yeah.
Flanker number 1. That is going to be 3 more points. Oh, that one's not damaged. Okay, cool. Oh, yes, he is. I was looking at the ammo chart, not the damage chart. That is 6. I'm now definitely crippled. I am definitely...
He's going to kill you.
Yeah. One thing we did kind of forget to do, but it would have only made a difference of... okay, here's one thing we somehow forgot to do, but don't worry about it. This is my fault. We wound up with a grand total of 8 dice on your pool. We should have taken 2 off of that for my barrel roll. That's a -2 defense for barrel roll. That would have left you with 3 instead of... No, it's all good. And then we just, yeah. My point is, even if we take 1 off of your total damage, that's still 2. 2 on top of the 3 he already had. He's still crippled. So now he's down to 5. That's still more than half of 8. So the end result is the same. But I just want to make sure we get the point, the rules point across, because people will watch this later on YouTube and say, excuse me, sir, you made a rule back at 1 hour 45 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm now doing 10 over, no, 20, oh god. I gotta rearrange how I put these charts on here so there's less scrolling. 27, so 13 is my new max. 7 points over, so that's another 7. That makes it 12. I am now 4 points over ejection. I need a 7 up. He does punch out. He punches out of that flaming wreck, believe it or not. Meanwhile, he is firing his gun back at you. You never know. So only 66 and less ammo. So here we
But you
go.
might as well fire everything.
Well, technically he doesn't know that he's dying at the moment,
Yeah.
but yeah, at this point blank range. Trust me,
Right.
when the Chinese get this close, they're thanking their lucky stars. They're like, oh my god, thank God he got this close. So that starts with 6, add 2 for sustained burst, plus 1 for a good pilot, and then take away half of that. That's a total of 9. Take away 4, leaves me with 5. 3 up. Winnie the Pooh, save me! Uncle Chew! 1, 2, 3,
That's
4
good, 4.
hits. That's going to be a
Copy.
Raptor.
Yeah.
Has 8 damage points. He is crippled. He is right there. Barely. Raptors are bigger than lightnings.
Yeah, but the thing's going to be is I'm going excess speed.
Yep, I think we traded planes again.
4. I don't punch out.
Alright, there's 2 more planes KO'd. That was Raptor 2, right? Yes. Raptor 2. And Flanker 1. Okay, my missile missed, my missile missed. I think that's it for missiles. Well, the plane that I was going to shoot at just got blew up, so Mr. Mighty Dragon doesn't get to shoot at anybody. Nothing there. Raptor number 1 cannot because he used brake turns.
Yeah.
This guy, using Immelman, he's going to try to get a missile lock on Raptor number 1. 3 plus radar, 6 for ECM. Good grief. That is a 3 plus 6 is 9. I gotta get a 9 up to lock on.
He doesn't have infrared.
No. They carry 4 of those long-range medium missiles. 4 of those PL-ASRs. Because it's supposed to be longer-range stuff. But, again, I'm just going by the most recent information I can find. I would love to load up these guys with nothing but infrared. That would take your stealth out of the game. Number 1, that would be cheesy, and number 2 is just, not accurate. A 6, he does not lock on. No big surprise there. I do, however, have a chance up here with Fulcrum number 1, locking on with infrared missiles. I am within the right range this time. More than 5, less than 26. He's going to go ahead and try to lock on with 2 infrared missiles. I need a 2 plus, because these are Russian pretty badass missiles. 8, he locks on. That is 2. Again, I keep launching them at the target front, though. That's the only pisser. Infrared missiles, while the really advanced ones don't require you to fire them from behind, they still prefer it, because engine heat. I think that is going to finish us up for the turn.
Yeah.
Did you want to stop at like the end of turn 4 or 5, or?
Go. I
don't want to get that, or stop now. I mean, I don't want to take this. We've got our 2 hours of streaming, and we're definitely good on that. I don't want to take up your whole day. It's up to you.
No. I mean, we can still go.
Cool. In that case, I will. Now that we're on turn 4, I will remove the destroyed aircraft to clean up the map a little bit. Any speed changes for your 2 aircraft?
My Raptor is going how much?
At the moment, 18. Both your aircraft are moving at 18.
He's going to go to 22. The Raptor's going to 22. And the Lightning is going to go to 16.
All right. We got a bunch of new people in the chat. Sitrep Podcast has joined us. Says, afternoon all. Thanks very much for swinging by, Sitrep Podcast. No way, a successful implement. It had to happen sooner or later. Wolperbright says, Stalin looks pretty good in a sombrero. Well, I've never tried it, but the mustache would definitely go with the theme. Economy of numbers, says Twitch. Says Rasmus. Absolutely. Darkstar. Rasmus, we got to get together on Darkstar one of these days. You still got to take out that Japanese battlecruiser. Take her out for a spin at least once. There are not. Rasmus also asks, There are not dragons right on the edge of the map killing each of the planes going off. There might be an American destroyer launching Sea Sparrows up in the air. Who knows? There's all kinds of scenario reasons you can make up for why you're not allowed to fly off the edge of the table. Rules of engagement, although that's kind of out the window in this particular scenario because it's full-scale war in the Taiwan Strait.
Yeah.
But but again, you have to kind of have that set up in advance. To be perfectly honest, I think one area where the game, this particular scenario, went a little, I don't want to say off the rails, was those 2 double AMRAAM shots on those 2 on-rushing flankers. They definitely should not have survived that.
Yeah, no, that was a big thing. And on top of that, it was then the second volley did nothing.
I don't remember that, but
because it was the infrareds did nothing. It was the gunshot that ended up killing the
that's right, because they both missed. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So that was, to me, that was the thing, is that so I fired literally 6 missiles to kill 1 plane.
And
6 missiles, and they didn't kill 1 plane.
The gun technically
didn't kill 1 plane.
Yeah,
that's kill 1 plane.
You got a little hose on the straight out luck roll there. I'll tell you this: I said before the stream started, I'm pretty sure the Chinese are going to get spanked. They're not getting spanked. They might still lose, but they're not getting spanked. And the Chinese are definitely doing better than I thought. And I think a lot of that's just down to luck. No move you've made has been inherently bad.
And again, I mean, as I said, I fired 4, I couldn't kill, and then I fired 2 more, I still couldn't kill. I mean, there's not much you can do beyond that. And then it was only the guy literally doing the cannon shot, but he got taken out in that. And it says that might have changed it if he at least survived that.
Well, yeah, head-on cannon rounds, you're gonna usually exchange aircraft, and the Chinese, that's just gonna help out the Chinese because of numbers.
But to me it was, if those 2 planes would have lived, like I could have overshot and those would live, it would have just been really bad for me, because you still got, like, you'd outfly me, and I just have a lot of trouble. Bad luck, that just happens. Doesn't mean nothing, But okay, cool. Whenever I design these scenarios, I'm always like, okay, did it go too badly one way or the other, and if so, why? If it's luck, that's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. But if it's just a bad scenario design, I don't think there's anything wrong with the scenario design. As I said, I fired 6 missiles and I couldn't kill 1.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
That's to me
the infrared missiles, because you fired them from the front, and infrared missiles don't do well from the front, maybe. But for me, at least, those.
But they were crippled planes. I still couldn't even take out a crippled plane.
Neither of them are crippled. They both were at -3, and the crippled
almost.
flanker.
Damaged. They were damaged.
They were damaged.
But the thing is, even with the damage I caused, it was just, it's like, it was just luck in the end. It was the excess speed that killed your plane. It wasn't the cannons. It was like, so literally, and excess speed got everything.
I was gonna say, that's everyone. Yeah.
6 missiles. To me, it's 6 missiles, not 1 kill.
Yeah, and again, the second 2 I can kind of understand, but those first 4, no.
The first 4,
yeah. I should not have walked away from. Like I said at the time, I should not have walked away from that.
And to me, I would still have those 2, and everything would be so different if those 2 planes weren't there. But again, I have to do something, because they'll just unload a ton of missiles on me. They were just damaged. They could, I think, 1 could still fire it. So it's like, they're still going to unload some stuff on me. So and they were the only targets. So I'm going to shoot.
Well, the one that's left down there, flanker number 3, has no missiles.
Yeah.
These guys are left, but their missiles kind of suck. I mean, I have to roll an 8+ to lock on. They still have all their missiles pretty much because they haven't locked on yet.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get going. All right, I have 1 special maneuver declared. You've got yours written down. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's see, we are looking at the worst initiative. Why did I put an initiative on number? That was dumb. I'll put that there instead. So that would have been 2 and 3. Okay, so I've got a 2 that has to go first and a 3. That is both my flankers 3 and 4. No special maneuver for flanker 3.
Change of speed?
Give me 1 second to...
You do change the speed first, that's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder. Yeah, he's actually going a little too fast. Get these turns going a little bit faster here. That's 8, 1, 2. Or I should say 6, 1, 2.
The one thing I might suggest, if you can, I don't know if you can do it, is on that maneuver thing, because you have it at 6 inches, you make it a band out to 8 inches and a band out to maybe 10, and you know, like you just have it, so then you can, like, you know, when you're moving it, you just start jump right like that.
Yeah, usually 6 is enough, but again, usually I'm playing with 1960s, 70s, or 80s aircraft.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
but yeah, but you're right. In this game,
it's just because in this game the speeds are a lot higher, so
yeah.
it's like, it's, you know, and again, that's, I mean, if this is geared for like the 60s and 70s or 70s and 80s, then it makes more sense. So it's.
Well, actually, it was the apply speed changes we had before. Hold on, which we already did, and then you apply speed changes at the end of movement. So actually, that wasn't right.
Oh.
But no worries. All right, so I'm still at 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why 4? No, dummy. Half of...
It's 20, so you move half, it's 10.
Yep.
So 6 and 4.
Alright, hopefully you'll overshoot that. Alright, that is it. Now I can reduce my speed. I'll reduce my speed down to 16. Okay, that was flanker 3. Then I go to... What else did I lose? Flanker 4. Oh man, flanker 4 has lost initiative. This is what I was afraid of. How fast am I going? 13. I can only turn to M because I'm crippled. So when you get crippled, your maneuverability class drops by 1. So they were H, now they're M's. So that's why he's not turning all the way out to... Okay, that's it for my two whatchamacallits. He's going to stay at... he can't go any faster, so he's going to stay at 13. He's going to stay at 16. We then go to 4, which is Raptor number 2.
So he's doing a split S.
Cool. Alright, so a split S is maneuverability 7.
Got 7.
Oh, you have to get 6 up, but okay, you got it. Alright, cool. So that's a successful split S. Alright, cool. So here's how a split S works. Split S means you get to move up to half your distance. You don't have to move the full half distance. And then at the end of your movement, you don't get a second movement, but you get to point your aircraft literally any direction you want. So you can move up to 11, but you don't have to move the full 11. In fact, you can move none. And then at the end of it, you point your aircraft anywhere you want, 360 degrees.
Okay, so... And your Fulcrum 4 has moved. Yeah, he's the only one that's...
Yeah, Fulcrum 3 has moved.
And who else has moved?
That's it. The other fulcrum way up here.
That's it. Yeah, the 2 dragons haven't moved yet.
But I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can get a killing shot on that fulcrum.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. So I can move
Anywhere up to 11.
Yeah, but I don't have.
It'll be a beam shot as opposed to a straight up the ass shot. But
Yeah.
at least I won't be in your counter arc, so you won't be trading gunfire.
Yeah. So I'm gonna basically move to.
I'll zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, if you can.
Also, everyone gets to look at these sexy ass miniatures I made, or counters, whatever.
So I'm gonna go right to the E in the missile. The word, like in the E in the word missile. I have to go straight. So
Yeah. Well, you go straight up to half, and then at the end of that, you can point any direction you want.
okay, yeah. So then I'll go straight.
Okay.
Go straight, and then I'm gonna turn.
The whole. Oh, how far forward do you want to go? The whole way, or?
No, just 6.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Just 6. And then I'm gonna turn.
I guess pointing right at the fulcrum.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and that is a successful Immelman. Awesome.
Successful split S.
Oh, split S. Sorry. Yeah, it says so right there on the counter. Now I know Immelman doesn't. Does split S give a bonus? I don't think so. Nope. Speed is increased by at least 2 and at the most 5. You got to be careful here because you're close to your max speed. The difference is because you succeeded the split S, you get to pick. If you had failed the split S, if you had failed that roll, it automatically increases by 6. Your current speed is 22. That would have put you at 28. Now there's an adjust speed at the end of this, but that's where your plane starts to shake apart. You can literally crash your plane in this game, almost like a flight simulator. So your speed is going to increase by at least 2, up to 5. How much? You have to take at least 2. How much do you want to increase your speed?
20. Make it to 20.
4?
Make it to 26.
All right, cool.
It's the last turn. He's basically going to shoot and disengage. So.
Awesome. So then we go to who's next? Raptor number. We just did Raptor number 1. Lightning 1 has already moved. So
no,
now
Lightning hasn't moved.
we must have skipped him by mistake.
No, he's the last one to move because he's got the highest initiative. Or he's got an initiative like.
We just moved. Okay, we just moved the wrong plane. Okay, so hold on.
It should be no. We moved the right plane. It's.
No, Raptor number. You go in worse order first. Lightning number 1 should have moved first with a. Oh no! I'm looking at the ammo track, dumbass. That's my fault. Raptor 2 had an initiative of 2. This is when he was supposed to move. Sorry.
Yeah, these are all right.
So 2 and 3 have moved. This 2 has moved. Now it's up to my 6 and 9. Yeah, my 2 dragons.
Yeah.
One dragon did do an Immelman, or tried an Immelman. That is dragon number 1, this guy, because I knew there was no way I was going to turn fast enough. So an Immelman is his only chance. The problem is I'm probably going to fail this roll. 5 up. Another 10. That's 3 10s in a row on Immelmans. I'm not going to complain about my Immelman luck anymore. What's my speed? My speed is 20. So he moves forward 10. And he can face any direction he wants. You better disengage.
I know.
Okay, and then this dragon number 1 is currently, or sorry, dragon number 2. Oh, I lose speed for that, which is successful Immelman. Speed reduced by 5. I kick back up to 4, so I'm going to net lose 1. I'm not even on the right turn. Yeah, okay, now number 2 is moving 20. It's probably too fast at this point. Oops, that was too far. Jim's trying to cheat again. Yeah, I'm gonna overshoot. Damn it. Shit. Oh well. Let me get the turning wheel. Let me do this right. Let me do this legal. Yeah, you see where I'm gonna overshoot against Raptor number 1? In that case, he's gonna brake and go the other way. He still has high maneuverability. 10 goes here. All right, and he's going to go ahead and drop to 19 just because that way they're both the same. Okay, now we go to lightning number 1. Last plane to move.
So, okay, what's his speed?
Did he do any maneuvers? Did he do a brake
No.
turn? All right, he's got 2 missiles coming at him, but that's okay. It's frontal missile fire, and you can drop flares. His current speed is 16.
Okay, so that's I'm gonna do my move. I'm gonna make a comment. See, that's the one thing is because if I knew those missiles were coming in, I totally forgot they were coming in. I would have done a defensive maneuver, but
You want to try for a brake turn?
it doesn't matter because as I said. But to me, that's the thing is because when you can't see it, you put it out of mind those missiles, and then it's like, yeah, I think that's what I would have done, but it's too late to declare.
That's what I'm asking. Do you want to go ahead and declare it?
Yeah, he'll do a break because he's got 2 missiles coming.
Okay, I think he needs a 4+.
8.
All right, cool. He made it. So now he moves twice. Sorry, now he moves at 2 past his higher turn.
He goes straight. So he's going, I think, 18.
He's moving 16, I think, at the moment.
16, so it moves
16,
8.
Yep.
So it moves 8. And then they'll do some
Now
turns.
I'm going to have to kind of cheese it because my wheel won't go that far up. It's hitting the edge of the file. So here is 8. Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, that's good.
Now he turns. You can turn up to 90 degrees.
Yeah, so this first turn.
He turns south 90 degrees.
Yeah, turn south 90 degrees. You move again.
At 24, that is going to get him down to, what is that, 16? For another 8 points. Boom. Now the turning wheel should work. Yeah.
Now he's going to turn again 90 degrees to that way, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a shot. I mean, at least for missiles.
No, he did a brake turn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Keep
But
forgetting
he's turning in yet.
Yeah.
As I said, the thing is, if I can,
now my guy is probably gonna break off, because I mean there's a pissed off lightning right behind him, and I'm already crippled. Now my guy's probably gonna flee. That's if you survive these 2 missiles, which I'm pretty sure you will.
Wow.
Especially with that successful brake turn. Okay. That's gonna be. Oh, any speed changes for him?
no, he's got a good speed. 16's good.
Sweet. So that's going to be it for movement. Yeah, I don't get to complain about implements anymore. 3 10s in a row.
So I think there's going to be some missile fire.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got to test for previous turns missiles first. So there's 2 IRs coming at Your nose. Pilot's modifier, -1. IR fired from front, -2. So we're back down to -1. You did a successful brake turn, -3.
Yeah.
Now we're down to -4. And then, you're dropping a flare, -2 more, -6. So I started off at 2+, now I need an 8+. 2 D10s, turning on the camera. If I succeed on this roll, guys, I'm just going to totally thank Lady Luck. I'm going to buy her a box of chocolates and a bouquet of roses, because Lady Luck has been giving me a lap dance all game. She deserves it. Here we go. 1 and a 6, they both miss. So she loves me, but just not that much. Okay, those 2 missiles missed. And there are no more missiles going on down here. Now we fire... Ooh, actually no, now we do gunnery attacks.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, do your worst, sir. Am I in range for a long-range gunnery shot? Long range is 9. No, I'm not. Damn it. Just out of range. Oh, I forgot those planes don't have guns. Even talking about. God, I'm being stupid today.
It's 6 dice.
Oh, yep. So the Raptor starts off with a gun pool. This is Raptor number 1, who has more ammo. So you start off with, Raptor number 1. So 5d6. It's only got that little 20mm gun in there. However, I'm assuming you get 1 for being a good pilot. I'm assuming you're going to drop a sustained burst.
Yeah.
So that's 2 more dice. That's going to be 3 more cannon points. And you are
Beam shot.
It's a beam shot, so I think it's -2 dice. Target from beam, -2 dice. So it doesn't get cut in half, it just takes off 2 dice. Your total is 6 dice. You need a 3+.
He rolls the bones. Oh, that's a nice spread. 1, 2, 3, 6, 6.
So 4 hits. 4 hits. He already had 3 hits. That gets him to 7. Alright. And Overspeed's going to do the rest. Just for fun, go ahead, and because he wasn't crippled before, but now he's going to definitely be crippled. Okay, so just for fun, roll 2 d10s, 1 for the Overspeed and 1 for the cannon shot on the damage table.
The first one is 3.
No additional damage.
The second one is 10.
Control system disabled, reduced maneuverability by 1 level. Okay, well, he was already reduced from high to medium for being crippled. Now he's reduced from medium to low, and then he blows up. So, because now he's going too fast. All right, so you did. I was at 3. You did 4 additional, right? That gets me to 7. I'm now doing 3 points over speed. That gets me to 10. That is 2 over. So I need a 4+ to punch. No, 5+ to punch. He fails with a 1. Oh no. And that is another exploded Mr. Raptor. Blast. Cool. This is kind of the end of the game, but the Raptor's pretty much going to break off. But that dragon is going to at least try to lock on with an 8+. A 9. He does lock on, and he fires off 2 of his missiles, 2 of his medium-range missiles. So maybe that explains why your pilot broke off, just to avoid those missiles.
Let's see. You can roll them quickly.
And then, I think I'm too far away. I was trying to get a lock on this guy. That's definitely going to be the head-on overrule. So again, I need an 8+ with all those stealth modifiers. 2, he fails anyway. Okay, so that's dragon number 1, who is now also half out of missiles. Cool. All right, And, yeah, I don't get to shoot back. I'm more than 9 inches away. I can't take a gunnery shot. Plus, I just also launched missiles. You can't fire more than one weapon system per turn. Yep. Turn 5. Yeah, we're not really going to do turn 5 because I don't want the stream to go too long.
No. I mean, the way I look at it, I mean, 2 missiles are coming, there. So that's a potential dead Raptor. The flanker up there, potential dead for the mere fact that I'm in his rear arc.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to kind of happen off the table because I'm actually leaving the board. Now, my guy is crippled. He's on a 4th generation aircraft versus your 5th generation aircraft. And you don't have any more gun ammo, but you still have missiles.
Yeah.
Right? So, let's say that he dies on a 70% chance. And as far as my 2 missiles hitting your missiles, you're going to break off the table and do some kind of a break turn.
Yeah.
So, we can actually just kind of game this out. Super fast. So +1 for me. Assuming you're going to do a break turn, so it's going to be -3. So now I'm back down to -2. Then you drop chaff, -1 more. So it's a total of -3. -3, and I start off pretty bad. I start off on a 4+, -3. I get 2 chances at a 7-up. A 10 and a 1. So the 1 does hit. It does 2d6. And then it's going to be 5 points of damage on an undamaged Raptor. So he's damaged, but he does make it home. Because now we're really off the table. Meanwhile, good God. You've got the Lightning #1. I think he's still got 2 Sidewinders, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Sidewinders. He's got Lightning. Yeah, he's still got all his missiles, actually. Okay, so 2 Sidewinders, because again, you're behind him, and it's short range, so here's when you would use Sidewinders. +1 for pilot skill. Minimum range, no. Without a lock, no. I will drop flares, that's -2, -1. Okay, so 2 chances at a net -1. That's 2 chances at 3+ on D10s.
9.
Boom.
7.
Boom, they both hit. That's 2 D10s of damage. This guy is so dead.
So D10 damage?
2 D10s, you hit him twice.
So first one is 2, not much.
Okay.
And then 8. 10.
So a total of 10. On top of the 5 he already had, he is now at 15. His max, he's a +7. He has to roll like 10+ to punch out of that triple explosion. Here's the crazy thing: he's not doing overspeed. 10+, do it. Oh, he rolls a 1. One of those Sidewinders bodily hits him in the chest, in the cockpit. Okay, cool. So he is toast, and that other Raptor is heavily damaged.
Yeah.
It is technically crippled. It's at 5 out of 8. I don't think it's I don't think it's a win.
I mean, you lost 4 flankers. I mean, you were going to lose them. I think, and again, it came down to me was the initial volley of 4 didn't kill them, and that influenced the game.
Oh, totally.
And nothing else goes beyond that. Is that it influenced the game, and after, like, I still had to, and then to make matters worse, those 2 other ones missed. So
yeah.
It just compounded something. It kept them in the game much longer, which even if they didn't do anything, they were still there. And you just can't let them fly around damaged where some still had missiles because they're still doing stuff. So
yeah, this damaged flanker didn't damn near, but had a pretty good shot, at least at one point, to shoot down your other Lightning.
Yeah.
So he smoked. Send it back. Cool. All right, so that's the end. So yeah, we have. Oh God, I lost 1, 2.
4 flankers.
I did lose all 4 flankers. Okay, so I lost 4 aircraft. You lost 2.5. So I have 2 aircraft left. You have like 1.5 aircraft left. Yeah, we're pretty much at the same spot. I have a third. You have basically a third of 4. So yeah, this game's kind of a draw, which I'll call it a draw if you're. Like I said, this was a stand-up fight. I wasn't any special asymmetric victory conditions.
I mean, I say this: it's a draw, advantage China for the simple reason they can put 2 planes in the air. Versus I can put not my best plane in the air. I still think that the Raptor's a better dogfighter, and it's and if it was the Lightning that was damaged, I'd say maybe advantage because I still got the better fighter, and you don't have cannons, but because you don't have cannons, but you got the I don't have the better dogfighter.
The Raptor does have a little bit of a higher speed. The Raptor has a better acceleration modifier in the second phase of the game. The Raptor has a smaller gun but more ammo.
It's more valuable to me. It's much more valuable.
The Raptor has an extra damage point. After that, it's pretty much the same. They have pretty much the same weapons loadout.
Well, the gun is everything. I think the gun is everything because in this game you do take gunshots. And after the one shot, the Lightning is useless.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's like you're basically getting 3 shots out of the Raptor versus 1 for the other one. So
it's a nice shot though. 8 dice and then you add 2. Yeah, you
That's the one I like. But I enjoyed the game.
I've certainly said at the beginning that I 1-to-1, if you put a heads-up match, the Raptor is a better dogfighter than the F-35. This game shows it. The data shows it. I don't think that's really in dispute. But my only, again, this gets into procurement and politics and everything else like that, as far as which plane is better to invest the next $1.3 trillion into. That question becomes a little more problematic. But as far as a heads-up dogfight, the F-22 is, it's not much, but it's enough to make a difference.
Right now over the Straits of Taiwan or whatever, the Straits of Taiwan Strait, I'm going to say being the better dogfighter, having the better dogfighter, is that little bit of bonus, and that's why it's like I think having it damaged just means. China has a bit of an advantage because they can just put up 2 planes against one not so great dogfighter versus if you put it up against the Raptor. I'd easily take the Raptor versus your 2 J-20s.
Oh, yeah, these J-20s are kind of terrible. I think what the J-20 is supposed to do is like knock down bombers or A-10s or stuff at standoff distance. As a dogfighter, it only has high maneuverability. It does have stealth-ish stuff. It's hard to shoot down, but not nearly as good. I know it's underpowered in real life. They've had all kinds of problems with the engines on this. One thing, they started off with Chinese engines that were just a complete failure. They bought engines from the Russians until the Russians kind of canceled that contract, because the first thing the Chinese do whenever they get a decent military technology going is they sell it to Pakistan, and Russia's getting tired of that in a hurry. Because Pakistan and Russia don't get along so hot. Of course, the Chinese sell it to Pakistan because they both hate India, and it's a friggin' soap opera over there with all those Central Asian republics and who hates who, and
everybody hates everybody. So
enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
No. The enemy of my enemy is my enemy. I don't care. That's my version of it. It's like, if I don't like you, I don't like you, and just because you don't like him, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like
so
they say,
because the Russians have kind of stopped selling those engines for the J-20, the Chinese have had to make their own engine again, and I think they finally got it where it'll at least fly. But from what I can tell, again, I only really started reading about this yesterday, but I spent most of yesterday kind of pouring through some defense journals. I think that J-20 is pretty underpowered. At least for its size. It's friggin' huge, man. That thing is like the size of an F-15, which is not a compliment.
But I'm going to say this, but as a first serious effort, it's not a bad step.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they can get, if you put a gun in it,
they're only going to build on it. they're only going to build on it, and to me, that's
Well, there's
the thing.
there's a new smaller one that they're working on. It's basically the J-20 is their answer to the Raptor, and I think what they're trying to is come up with an answer to the F-35. It's like a new single-engined child of the F-16, and it's like somewhat stealth capable. It's basically a smaller version of the J-20. Can't remember the name of it off my head. I don't think it actually has an official number because they haven't gotten it even through the prototype stage yet. But to your point, they are working on it. A smaller, more nimble, less bomber interceptor kind of an aircraft.
To me, you start with one design, you sort of tinker with it, you figure out where it's good and not, and then okay, here's your next one that. And again, the only way you're going to do that is actually build one, put it through its paces, and this is what the pilots complain about. It says, okay, it's huge. It's, and I said, not having a cannon, sometimes, but again, I take it as a missile platform meant for doing,
Yes.
not dogfighting. And
I would
take
agree
it
with that.
as a missile platform, with 8 missiles, that's.
Well, she's got 4. She can only fit 4 in her internal base. Again, it's whether or not you decide to load up those external hardpoints.
To me, if you're using it as a missile platform, then you load up the things, because then you want to put as much as you can up there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do the dogfight and all this stuff, then it's okay. And to me, this is a dogfight or whatever. It's not the right plane.
No,
but again,
number one, no gun. You lost me at no gun, Mr. J-20, Mr. Not So Mighty Dragon. If you make a dogfighter and you don't put a gun in the plane, no. You lost me. Like I said, I'm going to call it a happy draw for the Chinese because, like I was saying before the stream started, I expected to lose this game. And again, the reason I think I didn't, we both have lost about the same proportion of aircraft, is some really bad dice, some really bad luck on this. Where is it at here? Right here. These flankers should not have survived. And one of those flankers later shot down one of the Raptors. There is no way in hell both of these flankers should have survived. Double AMRAAM 120s coming right down the front. No way. When I also forgot to do a brake turn. I should not have gotten away with that. I got away with it, should not have. Only 2 of those missiles hit. And what was the roll? The roll was like 6 up or something like that. So, okay, half the missiles hit, half the missiles missed, but they were going so fast, they only have a damage of 4. Damage points of 8, hit points of 8, so once you hit 4, they're crippled, then they blow up because of overspeed. I think I was still doing 20 at this point. So, then you roll 2 3s. If you had rolled 2 4s, both those flankers are destroyed.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. And that's on D10s, folks. That's on D10s. Yeah, I got lucky as hell right here. Lady Luck was just fluttering her sexy little eyelashes on me right back here.
And not every missile shot's a kill.
Well, yeah, because the missile never actually hits the plane. They actually, contrary to what you see in the movies, missiles usually explode near the plane and throw out shrapnel. That's another thing I love about this game. This game is nice and streamlined and has the right amount of detail and complexity, where it has just enough complexity to where you have to plan and like do certain things, like, I'm going to do a split S, I should probably kick my air brakes on. I'm going to do a Immelman, I should probably kick in my afterburners. Let me not fly off the table, let me not go into a stall. Let me not go head to head with multiple Chinese Sukhois in a gun battle. You'll kill them, they'll kill you, and the Chinese will take that action all day. But it's great. But it doesn't bog down. It doesn't really super bog down. This game took too long because we got off on some tangents, but
that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, it's I've never seen a game where people have played and it says not talk about things, and I mean, conversation makes it all, I think, worthwhile.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we've been up now for going on 3.5 hours. We're going to go ahead and close out the stream. Thanks very much, as always, everybody, for all your support. Thanks very much,
Bernhard.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks very much, Bernhard, for signing up to be an opponent. Again, I know I say the same thing every week. Guys, we cannot run these Sunday games without opponents. That said, we are running part 2 of our Damon ground battle Chinese game next week, so we're okay for this week. But going forward, guys, we always need opponents. So, doesn't, of course, have to be the same
I'll try
person.
my best. I'll try my best.
Oh,
As
no,
I said,
there's
when I had a free time, I said, no, I had a free Sunday, so quickly let Risky know, hey,
Awesome.
I'm up for it.
Definitely appreciate it. All right, guys, we're signing off for now. Checking the chat one more time. Thanks very much, everybody. Thanks very much, Bernhard, for a great game. And
Thanks to you.
Absolutely. And for now, we're going to sign off. We'll talk to everybody later on in the week. Take care, everybody.